you are.
Hello?
Insert hate
I
crime
will.
here.
No!
Oh, should we change our Foogies?
Oh my god, the collection of Foogies is very funny. We got Digimon, we got Dun, and we got Forklift.
I will change.
We got a
I like how I'm
forklift
facing
trouble.
backwards.
Yeah, you're facing
Yeah.
backwards. I think this is when I had you as your Digi.
Yeah, I'm a Digimon now as well.
Okay, become a Digimon Blue. I guess Digimon and Rapture,
I
this
don't
is
have-
fine.
My
You should
Digimon
have-
isn't good though.
Your Digimon's great.
What do you...
No, I didn't like my Fugi isn't good. It's just me looking forward.
That's still
Uh,
good. You can go ahead and
mean-
stare down the audience, make them feel fear.
We're all just looking forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, as in
Exact-
like mine does have
He's
like
looking
mouth
like
flaps.
dead on.
No,
it should.
the one that I made for you recently, Glaciamon.
I don't
It
have
should
that.
have mouth.
So help me God.
Oh shit, I forgot I have a sponsor now.
Oh,
You have a sponsor? Congrats.
I completely forgot. That's a great way to start, isn't it? I literally remembered because I'm drinking what they sent me.
Ah, gamer subs.
No, it's it's still the kind of drink, but it's called Jinxed Gaming. They also do like the whole like Oshi cup and everything like that. I'm just laughing because of this. I forgot it. Their drinks are actually really good. Like, I've tried like other things like aside from gamer subs, but like I really liked this one. I'm drinking like their peach tea. Like the peach tea was good, but I preferred like their lemon lime one.
Ah,
You like know those Zuko packets? The
Yeah.
limon? Yeah, that's what it tasted
See.
like.
Ah.
So I thought that was really funny. It's funny because like they're really small still, but like they have some really good products. So you know,
Hmm.
I thought it was cool when they reached out to me. So let me just do the
Well, you
sources.
should probably put your
That's
You
what
should
I'm
probably put your.
I gotta put the source. Sometimes I feel like my
Uh,
brain just checks out on me.
Yeah, sorry, Ninja. That's all you've sent me so far for Glaciamon. I don't know where you've sent the actual files, but that's all I have on Discord,
Boop,
including our chat logs.
boop, boop. Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
way
I
too
also-
big.
I thought I sent.
I also have the one where he's.
I just looked at our
mouth
history. That's
closed.
all I have.
No, did I not send you Dropbox links? I might not be there anymore because
Dropbox. Dropbox is mean.
Hang
You're
on,
gonna
let's
have to
see if-
resend it
Let's see if
then.
I got it saved somewhere.
it should be saved on your computer somewhere.
Don't tell me what's not and on my computer.
Okay, fair enough. But
I
here's
think
the
he
thing.
knows what's.
Okay, apparently I still have them on Dropbox, so I can send them to you. Did I?
Yeah, I'm looking at my Glaceon. All I've got in my Glaceon file is the original.
You
Okay,
said Glaceon that
apology.
time.
Apologies. Uni, did I send you Rainamon?
You did. I have him saved.
Like the Dropbox link?
I have like the actual pictures saved on my computer.
No,
That's what I meant.
I'm gonna send you the uncompressed
Hello, Mish.
versions.
Hey. Yeah. I'm ready
Tell
to
me when
watch
you save them.
your husbando on Friday, Mish.
What?
They're my friend. They got really into Criminal Minds. Like, really into Criminal Minds.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm calling you out on stream. Because I remember.
I don't know what Criminal Minds is.
Oh,
That's
it's
how
like
out of the loop I am.
NCIS. I believe it's like a spin-off, like not like direct spin-off of NCIS, but it's like I want to say it kind of hopped on that trend when they were doing all those crime shows back in the 2000s.
Ah.
Yeah. It's funny because one of our friends was actually really obsessed with it in middle school. Also, now, nice to meet you guys. I've heard a lot. That was Mish
Well-
Ah. Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
It's trash TV, but I am trash. You are not trash. You are not trash, don't worry. We all have our special interests with the pretty men. Here's the thing.
I
Pretty men are
mean,
hot. Pretty men are hot.
The thing is, like,
I mean,
they sent me the man, and I'm like, wow, I'm too much of a lesbian to actually see it. See the appeal.
I mean, for me, I am isekai trash. You can sit me in front of an isekai, and I will probably enjoy myself.
Isekais are very fun. I think the problem a lot of folks have is just that they get repetitive. But all the ones you've showed me have been pretty unique, so I'm down. He's not traditionally attractive, TBH, but he is to me. I mean, I'll show them a picture after stream and they can judge.
No, do it during streams so that they can get live reactions.
Okay, wait. What's his name again? I forgot the name of the character. It's like an H. Don't! Oh, I see you, Blue.
Hey, you need.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to flip them.
I just saw. Let me go ahead and... Oh, that's not it.
Now I just look away like I always do.
I sent him flying. Hold up. Let's do... Here we go. No! That's the wrong one. Hold up.
Horizontal, not vertical.
Well, he's horizontal now. Wait, hold up. I see it and I just keep clicking the wrong one. There we
That
go.
is perfect. Leave me like this.
There you go. Now you're chilling. He's going on a trip. Yeah. I just yeeted him. Alright, Bioshock.
Yeah.
So if I remember, you guys have played the first one, right?
I've played
Ren
the
has.
first one and Infinite.
I've played Infinite. I know Oni Infinite.
I have played all three, but it's been a long time.
Okay, Bioshock, very, very different than Infinite. Like, very different. I've always thought that, I heard, like, it was gonna be called something like Quantum Shock first. Infinite?
I mean,
So it was more of a spin-off than a direct sequel.
I mean, considering how it went, yeah, Quantum Shock makes sense because it starts going into quantum physics.
Exactly! Plus, it would
Oh.
continue the trend... Oh, go ahead, Ninja.
I was gonna say, isn't Bioshock technically a spin-off of something else?
Yeah, System Shock.
Right.
Really?
Yeah!
Yeah.
I've been wanting to play System Shock.
Yeah, it was
I
made
knew
by
about-
the same people.
I knew about that.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe we can hit the director's commentary because they hid the director's commentary in this version of the game. So every so often you'll find clips of it. Okay, let's go. Also, let me know how everything sounds. Game machine. Game. Why are you not working anymore?
I'm not seeing the pretty man I'm supposed to be judging.
Oh shit, I gotta send the pretty man. I don't remember his name, that's the thing, and she isn't sending the name. Also, my controller stopped working. Hold up. I literally tested this before we went live, and now my controller
you
is being a bitch again. I did! Hold up. Steam, what are you doing to me? I deadass had this loaded. Hold up.
The
Controller.
good quality YouTube scuff.
Yeah!
Yep.
It's not a real stream without the scuff.
Without the scuff, exactly. Let me double check the layout. Yeah. So select. Back.
Also, spoilers to you, Ninja, because you haven't played this before.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Infinite, this one takes place underwater.
Oh no, I knew about that.
You go into a bathysphere instead of an aerosphere.
So I knew about a few stuff about Bioshock, but I never really full on watched it because it was dark and grungy, and I like colors.
That is fair.
I mean, that's a lie, because when I was doing Twitch, you watched me do it.
You did Bioshock?
Yeah.
I do not remember.
I have no recollection of this.
Well, we didn't know
no,
you
no,
back
I'm
then.
saying
We
that
were
her.
elsewhere.
I'm saying
Yeah,
that
no, that's
Ninja
how-
doesn't.
God, I don't remember. Did you play all of them?
and 1 actually. I didn't play 3 because I never got around to playing 2.
Holy shit! I don't remember Bioshock. I don't even remember. Like I know Would you kindly?
Okay.
But that's it.
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly?
Yeah. Would you
Alright,
kindly?
to help narrow it down, Ninja, it was the first-person gritty game that Ren played where he got angry.
Wait, seriously?
I did. Yeah, it did
Oh.
upset me because I was basically getting spawn camped.
Oh shoot! By what?
So I don't remember what it was, but I know that I died in front of one of the revival fucking tubes, so I never
Oh,
really got a chance to
no.
fucking get out of the revival tube without taking massive damage first. They eventually got past that bullshit.
That sounds so frustrating, though. What the
But
hell?
it did piss me off for a bit.
Yeah. There's a joke there, Uni, that happens so often it doesn't narrow it down.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's see if it's there. It goes. I have no idea.
I have gotten better at controlling my salt, but yeah, no, me getting salty is not. It's not a surprise.
All right, and let me see if I can stream it to y'all because I think Bioshock should be less intensive than Elden Ring.
Oh, cool. That would help because I'm hearing
Yeah, that's
doubles
why
and
I
it-
want to make
it-
sure that you can like see it actively because this is a good game.
I'm used to listening to my own voice, so this works for me.
Here we go, and we shall see
I
how
am
this
not
works.
yet.
Okay, can you see it?
Can
You
you
can
see
see the game? Okay, let me go ahead
Yeah.
and just close some things to make sure that this thing doesn't annihilate my PC.
Right.
There we go. Just closing Clip Studio Paint mostly.
Look, as long as it doesn't do what it did to mine and streaming Baldur's Gate, you'll be fine.
What did it do?
It fucking overheated her computer to the point where it just forced shut down.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Anyways, can you see it and hear it?
Yes.
Hi.
Alright, and I can chat, see, and hear it okay.
Seems alright.
Alright, let's go hard.
Good luck.
Yeah!
Also, that means that our commentary will be more in sync as opposed to delayed.
Exactly!
That is true.
Excellent. Thank you, Cole.
Hi, Diamond.
1960, Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, I've been replaying the Bioshock games on hard since about 2022, I think?
Nice.
They told me.
Oh, so this should be more of a
Ugh.
cakewalk. than
Only
a-
hard. What a
You're
casual.
special.
Survivor
born
is a bit
for
too
things.
intense for me.
I bet she still uses
You know
guns.
They were right.
Okay, fun fact, the first time I played Bioshock, I could not aim for shit, so I deadass went through most of the game with the wrench. Because I could not figure it out.
Fair.
I've only ever played on easy, I'm baby, no.
I bet she plays with the hub on.
I do.
Oh, Mish remembers.
Yeah, because I remember, because I think Mish played it before I did. Yeah. Because, like, my dad told me I wasn't allowed to play Bioshock until I left the house and was married.
What?
Why marriage?
Yeah, what marriage?
I remember because I wanted to play it when I was like 16, and that's what he told me.
But why marriage?
I don't know.
When you're done with school.
And like the thing is, I had an Xbox 360. I was just not allowed to play it.
That
My
That's
godfather
so
got it
weird.
for me for my 10th birthday. Okay, the controllers are inverted. Hold up.
Oh,
pain.
Why must you make my bones creak like this, Uni?
What?
Xbox 360 for when I was 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you. Oh, ow.
Listen to Jack suffer.
Oh, my bones!
They creaking. Hold
Yeah.
on,
They
wait.
are! Why would you do this to me?
I need to change the controls really quick because I do not want the invert.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that was
The only,
already done.
like,
There you go.
I'll play with inverted controllers, but only if it's with a controller. Keyboard and mouse, I cannot do inverted.
That's fair.
I knew a guy who could, and he was weird to me. I understand. I understand how people be like, you're weird for playing with inverted controls, because I had someone like that in my life once.
It hurts the brain. Ugh. God, the whole
Look,
aesthetic
when
of
I
this
look
game
left,
is so
I
cool.
want the character to also look left.
Exactly.
Right.
Is that too much to ask for? Also,
So-
my brain was on was on infinite controls for a second.
Fair.
So for some fucking reason, the thing that got me doing inverted controls is I took a fucking film class in high school once,
Right.
and for some reason my brain just said, this is how cameras work.
That's totally how that works.
Because you don't grab the camera itself, you grab a lever on the side of the camera.
Fair.
And when you push left, because it's the lever, it kind of goes the opposite way of the way that you're going.
I guess that makes sense. Also, Cole says inverted is only good if I'm playing a game where I'm flying, and I agree.
I agree. When I'm in a plane or something and I pull back on the trigger, I want to go up because I'm pulling back on the stick to pull
Yeah.
up.
I am
But when
Admiral
I'm walking and I
I'm
pull
here to
back on the
ask you a
stick,
question. Is a man not
I don't
entitled
expect my
to
character
the
to start,
sweat of his
walking into the
brow?
sky.
Doing the
No,
same.
says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I
So,
reject
what is a man if not a
those
flightless plane?
Instead,
A
I chose
flightless
something
plane.
different. I chose the impossible.
Ah!
I chose.
I mean, if we are some people, pluck chicken is a man.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. And then they had to add with broad nails.
Behold!
Be insensitive, where the science
Behold,
would not be
Plato's
bound
man.
by immorality, where the great would not be constrained by the small.
This game looks so nice on the computer.
The sweat of your
That's
brow, rapture.
Like, it still looks good on the Switch, but like, it looks so much nicer here. Also, I'm
Fair.
drinking horchata and I just got a mouthful of cinnamon.
Ooh,
Heyo.
I did not enjoy that. God, and I
Actually,
love
maybe
like
not.
Please, you're supposed to do those things in private.
On that, I just want to say that painting of him drinking the poison might be my favorite painting of all time because I love how when people look at it, they can read at different emotions in people.
yeah.
People either look at it and be like, oh, look at all these people who are distressed watching him drink the poison, or thank God he's drinking the poison, he'll finally shut up.
wait, there was a painting of him drinking poison?
See,
Huh.
Oh,
Him
yeah.
drinking poison,
Sorry,
and
my
he's
brain.
surrounded by all his students. But because of how it's drawn, you can read a different emotion on the painting depending like who you are. So you might see them crying over the fact that he's about to kill himself or being forced to kill himself.
Mhm.
Or you might be reading it of them rolling their eyes and being like, oh thank God, finally. It's very funny.
Fair.
See, you mentioned the painting of the poison. My brain went to Bioshock as opposed to Plato.
you thought it meant he meant in the game.
Yeah, I thought there was someone in game who was drinking poison. I'm like, who the fuck?
I don't remember that.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever saw the Play-Doh painting, so I might have to look it
I don't
up.
think I have either.
But
It's a
technically
very
it's
good
not Plato,
painting.
it's Socrates.
yeah, Socrates.
Hey, I'll remember for you.
Ooh, ooh,
He's dead.
that Spicer got him good.
Very good. Got him like a fish.
That's in the one chat.
Okay.
I will check later. Yeah.
There we go. That was the name of the painting.
Huh.
But yeah, if you look at it, it's like they're either all weeping and being really sad because Socrates is about to kill himself, or they're all face palming and groaning because he just won't shut up,
Fair enough.
even when he's about to die.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash.
Like, you either see the guy in the background wailing against the wall, or he's lying against the wall, headbutting it over and over again because he just wanted to be over.
To be fair, I think the one that best exemplifies it is the one handing him the cup.
Yeah.
Because he has this
Yeah.
fucking JoJo-ass dramatic pose.
He's
Like
either
the-
weeping or he's pinching his brow because he's so annoyed.
Yeah.
Is the
That's
woman on the
funny.
right, you know, in the middle of wailing, or is she throwing her hands up and being like, "Oh, for fuck's sake," because he's still talking?
They said
my
women
favorite
talk a
painting.
lot, but goddamn, he talks too much.
Rapture is dead.
Have you seen that
Even
fucking
Socrates is in the middle with his hand up, being like, "And one more thing."
And one more
Yeah.
thing!
He really is. And one more thing!
He's pulling an uncle.
Here we go. Dun, dun. God, I will always love the aesthetic of this game, and it ended up just happening because one of the guys, the main director, ended up reading a bunch of Anne Rice's novels.
God, I know that name.
Yeah,
And right.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's the wrench.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Can smack stuff now. Boink.
Nice.
Derby.
You're good. Throw this here. Just gotta let that stop being on fire. Or is it gonna not stop being on fire? No, it's gonna stay on fire. I don't know, these games are very indecisive when they decide whether or not fire will damage you or not.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I think the biggest issue of old games is not knowing if this is a barrier to stop me from going a particular way or something I'm going to be jumping over.
Yeah!
Because it's always like, sorry, you can't go this way. This knee-high log is on the ground. It's like, but I have a jump button.
Can't I just go over it?
Right.
It's gonna take me a
But you
second
know,
to get
then
used to
later
this.
on you'll come across the knee-high log, but the game will expect you to jump over it, even though it was using it as a barrier earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it with when games do like very natural invisible walls.
Yeah.
Like for Bioshock there's no invisible walls because it's all walls.
Yeah. I like the natural invisible walls and also the natural, hey, you should head this way.
Yeah.
Not the modern day isms of, hey, yellow paint is splashed over here, you should go this way.
Go there.
As annoying as it is, in like, when you think about it, I still think Pokemon are my favorite just because you try to go somewhere and some random guy comes running up to you being like, hey, would you like to buy a candy bar? And he pushes you back into town.
Yeah!
Yeah.
No.
That
The
one
dude
was
who's
good.
just like dead ass drunk in the originals.
This little fish
Yeah.
looks like he just had
God,
his
I
very
remember
He's
when
not
they had
drunk
like
uni, he
splicer.
just hasn't had his morning coffee.
I remember when they had
Right.
splicer masks at what's it called? Spirit Halloween.
Oh, they haven't spliced
Yeah,
it?
for a few
That's a-
years after the games came out.
Weak. You're
Huh.
a weak.
You could probably still find them online, but I imagine they've gone up in price. If they haven't,
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of like want to grab
Always
one
has
just to put
been.
on the wall.
You'll be no better off with Metal Daddy, little fish. See you floating around.
Doo doo doo. And then the big daddies.
Big Daddy.
Some of the concept they have for the little sisters was very funny before they became little sisters. Have you guys seen that?
I probably was shown once in my life, and I do not remember them.
Because like
Look,
their
Mr.
goal was to
Bubbles,
make them.
Angel.
They didn't decide on a child right away, but they
I
wanted to
can
make
see
it
light
something
coming from his
sympathetic.
belly.
So one of the
Oh,
ideas they had was a
he's still
dog in a
breathing.
wheelchair.
It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
I'm like, what? That's sad. But it's a little too
Yeah.
absurd to be really sad.
Yeah, like, how is the dog getting around?
Yeah, in a wheelchair.
First going
Yeah.
plasma's a real kick from a mule, but
I think the worst like concept art was like I'm glad I didn't go with that was they're basically in like the Big Daddy suit, but the like dome head is actually see-through, so you can see like the child head inside,
Yeah.
and they're always like in distress.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I don't think I would have enjoyed this game as much if that was what I was rescuing.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. Do. Grab. Grab. I'm assuming this is what Ren meant, right?
Something
The Vita
like that,
chambers
probably.
that he kept getting stuck in.
Probably. If that's the respawn point. He's currently stepped away.
I got you. Okay, where's
And
the
since
dude?
I don't full on remember, it's kind of hard for me to like say yes.
Where are you? There you go. Die. There we go. Oh, I need another.
You know what the real Bioshock experience at the end of the game should have been?
What?
Your character having fucking a horrendous arthritis in his left hand from walking around like that in the fucking claw shape.
So apparently the creators originally just wanted one ending for the game,
Oh.
but they were pushed by 2K to have multiple endings.
Huh.
I will assume that they wanted to just have a bad ending, but they were pushed to make a good ending.
No,
I hear
actually.
that a lot. No?
They just wanted the good ending.
Huh.
They were forced to add the bad ending.
Because I've heard that a lot with different games, but it's always the opposite, where the developers just wanted to have like a sad bad ending, but then they're forced to essentially to make a good ending.
No, it's the
Because,
opposite
you know.
with this one.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them...
Which I do think that it works out, like, because it does give the player, like, more choice. Get out of here, fly.
Like the unluckiest man in the world right now.
Gives the player more choice in, like, how the game actually... Because, like, otherwise, your choices in the game really don't matter.
Go to Neptune's bounty.
But that does
I
mean...
mean-
Yeah.
Please.
Considering
Yeah.
I
what's
mean-
Theme
happening.
of the game! The theme of the game! Oh.
Also, you know, I was gonna say, because it's now got, you know, sequels, your choices don't really matter because, you know, there's now canonical endings. Because
Yeah.
they make
Yeah.
the story go forward.
The good ending is the canonical one.
Yep. I just think it's funny that it's like, oh, you could be a bad guy and get the bad guy ending, but once you load up the second game, it won't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds.
Damn.
We couldn't handle it.
And that's why you do the Bethesda ending when they decided to make a game with multiple endings, where all of them are canon.
What?
The whole city went to hell.
Do you want me to get into the Daggerfall rant about the ending?
I'm curious.
Because it's lengthy. Okay, so the second game in the Elder Scrolls series, it's called Daggerfall and it has multiple endings. And because they wanted the player's choice to matter, when they made more in the third game, they decided that all endings from Daggerfall 2, like the second game, all of them are canon. Even that some of the endings are like, you blow up the world or become a god and stuff like that.
What the hell? How does that work?
You end up creating a paradox, I think it's called a dragon shout roar or something like that. It's basically like an anomaly in time, where everything happened at the same time, split the timeline, and then put it all back together again. So everything ended up happening at the same time.
What? What the hell?
Yeah.
So basically the ending of Daggerfall is that you find this giant like golem creature that has like godlike powers. And who you give it to, and whoever you give control of the golem, like you can have different people.
Right.
That faction rises the power.
She's so stuck.
So what ends up happening is the timeline splits where everyone gets the golem, rises the power, but then their own golem ends up destroying the other golems. So that's why all the golems don't exist anymore. But
That
everyone
is
still
insane.
used their golem to rise the power.
Toaster in the tub, shock an enemy in the water. That's a hell of an achievement. You see, this is what I I was looking forward to, like getting the crazy achievements.
Yeah. Back then they were very creative with the names of the achievements.
Have
Now,
you seen
not
some
so
of the
much.
Undertale ones?
No.
The achievements? It's like, oh look, you found an item. Making achievements is easy. Oh, you found another item. Okay. I'm running out of achievements.
Thanks, Toby Fox.
I think my
love-
favorite achievement I've got lately was from Frostpunk because I'm playing that again.
Right?
Basically, it's a town survival game. Is the best way where you build a town, but you're trying to survive against an approaching winter. Anyway, you're in charge, and people will like ask things of you as you build the town, like, you know, hey, can you build a medical center and stuff like that? And you can like be like sure or no and stuff like that. If you say yes to everything, so you promise to like, you know, give these guys the world as you're building up their town, and then successfully complete all those promises, at the end of the game you get an achievement called Bad at Politics.
That's funny. But also, it sounds like high stakes Animal Crossing.
I feel like that's one way to put it.
That's one way to put it. Except, you know, if a lot of people get too mad at you, they quite literally chase you out of town and force you to walk into the upcoming blizzard where you freeze to death.
Exactly, high stakes Animal Crossing.
I don't think I've ever played an Animal Crossing where, you know, Tom Nook picks me up and throws me into the ocean when I miss a down payment.
Damn, you missed the release from 2013?
What?
I must have missed that one in the series.
Hey, Brenda, you care to tell me why you had a hole in the wall the size of Plymouth Rock coming out of your crapper going on 3 weeks now? Nah, I ain't saying I'm Shakespeare. I'm trying to run a respectable
Shit, I forgot about you.
career. I got working folk coming in from Port Neptune trying to catch a little diversion.
Girl, what were you doing in
All
there?
I can think about is the stink coming out of your
She was
shit.
going to the toilet.
There's no toilet!
Well, he was trying to.
There is a
In his brain, he saw a
perfectly
toilet.
good toilet next to it.
It was going in that hole.
I mean, Uni, they are not perfectly sane.
That's true too. Oh, Big Daddy.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster.
She's still a
Whatever you
child.
thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it.
Like, they're still children at the end of the day. They're just a little creepy. Calling them straight up monsters is a little bit much. It's funny because one of the Big Daddy designs that got scrapped for Bioshock 1 got reused for Bioshock 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Rumbler. Because they wanted to have multiple Big Daddies in this game, but they only ended up doing 2. So Bioshock 3 has 3 Big Daddies and then the Big Sister.
She got it, Adam. He keeps her safe.
Ah.
And the Big Sisters look really cool.
Fair enough. I still like the Songbird. The Songbird.
Songbird's cool.
So.
I remember I got my friend a Songbird, I think it was a Funko Pop for her birthday a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
And it was like one of those big Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm.
So it like actually looked like well designed.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike most Funko Pops.
Yeah, that's fair.
Want to hear a story from me playing this game for the first time?
Yes.
Sure.
I got to this part, and then basically stopped playing because I couldn't work out what I was meant to do.
Right?
Because I was convinced that I was meant to climb through the window from where the bring body through. And never like pieced together that I was just meant to fucking hit the lock with my wrench.
Wait, doesn't
So
it?
So I eventually just gave up and stopped playing for a bit.
Oh my god. No.
Because I was convinced that I was meant to somehow vault through the window, and that's why, you know. Why else would the Big Daddy throw the guy through the window if I wasn't meant to bolt in after it?
No.
Oh,
Okay, he's dead.
I.
I forgot how annoying the lead head splicers can be, though. Die.
I'm guessing they're defensive.
They're the shooters, and they just take a lot of hits. I'm just like, I should be able to just smack you over the head. I feel like the thuggish splicers should have more health since they're physical.
Yeah, fair enough.
There you go. Whee! Let me explore the area before the rush. I will say playing this game after knowing like every quarter of it is kind of funny because I can just sort of like set up things before they even happen.
Oh yeah. One benefit of like knowing the game so well, you can do stuff that some
Yeah.
people wouldn't think about.
Exactly. I still end up using the same plasmids every time though.
Oh, I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah, I like the insects because I like that using them to just find shit. Like if anyone's hiding or playing dead. Oh shit, I grabbed the whiskey. There you go. Click.
Security alert in progress.
Nope. Where they at? There they at. Hello. Now I can go around here and get them on this side. It's interesting too, because like the designs of the splicers was based off of like very early plastic surgery attempts.
Oh,
After World War II? Yeah. You've probably seen the pictures on the internet somewhere.
No, I have not, but I could just imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't go
I mean,
looking for them.
I know a guy because my granddad used to be friends with him who had stuff that happened to him after the Second World War.
Shit.
He had a fake nose and it was very fucking obvious.
Oh. Oh, poor man.
That's awful. Oh, pistol?
He did have a great war story though.
He had a what?
He had a
Yeah,
great,
great
war
war
story.
though.
I'm
So
guessing
he was
on
a
how
pilot.
they blew up
He
his
got-
nose.
So he was a pilot, he got shot out of the sky and crashed, and that's kind of how he lost it.
Ooh.
But then he
Ah.
was captured by the Germans and put into a camp. And then him and two other guys broke out of the camp by essentially escaping through the toilet.
What?
Oh lord.
Yeah, the camp they were sent to essentially had a basically a drop toilet. So they would jump into the toilet and then dig their way through the wall to under the wall and escape one night. Made their way to the closest base that they knew about, and then immediately rejoined and jumped into a plane the very next day and went back in and started attacking the camp they just escaped from.
Oh my
Of course.
goodness.
I mean, it makes sense. It really does make sense.
Right, you're trapped. Gonna try to override the exit from here.
I was like, you get thrown in prison essentially, escape, and you take no time to like rest or recover. You just immediately like, I'm getting back in a plane.
Getting back in the game.
KGB Wolf.
We're gonna teach them not to mess with us. I can rest after we're done.
After we deal with this.
Mm.
You know, Andrew Ryan is also very delusional.
I mean, I thought they were the same person, were they not? No, they're not. Sorry.
No, because like,
Like,
dude is
To
still
be fair,
like.
sorry,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure everyone in this game is delusional.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't call anyone sane, including your character.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is very fair. But also, to be fair, your character, like, doesn't have much of a intelligence to begin with. Well, they're actually, they were made to be, like, smart, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
You're
that.
meant to be like an engineer or something, I believe.
Yeah.
That's how you're able to like work.
Because, like, they
everything.
put, like, all of the gene tonics. Look at this shit. Ah.
Now you've met Andrew Ryan, the bloody king of about Rapture.
They had a binder that was basically full of free use images like this, and they would just scroll through it.
Oh.
Sorry, you're gonna be hit with like a lot of fun facts.
No, you're fine. Fun fact away.
Hello.
Okay. Fun fact: this is a video game.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you.
Who would have known?
Well, I don't know. You might have thought it was a movie.
I mean, we're supposed to be getting one.
In this day and age, do you actually trust it to be good?
No.
The actual creator's been working on it, so
That
That
means
doesn't-
nothing.
I know
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't.
means nothing nowadays.
But like, I can hope.
Fair
The
enough.
actual creator of Avatar was working on a TV show for a bit. Look how that turned out.
Okay, why is it not letting me play the audio diary? Why is it not letting me play it?
Back away, back
That's the
away,
only
back
thing I have seen lately where it's like, we got the actual creator to come and help us, like, you know, oversees the project. That was, like, somewhat good was fucking One Piece.
There it goes. Right. Yeah, I agree. But apparently, like, Oda was on their ass.
But Dr. Steinman was very attentive.
I am...
He told me that once the
It's not great that now that he's left and then the creative guy who was working with Oda has left.
Wait, really?
I do not have... Yeah, I do not have any hope for season 2.
I thought that Oda was still working on it.
No, he gave them the approval after season 1 to be like, I believe in you guys.
Oh no.
Especially this guy here. And the guy who gave a shout out to is like, well, I put my name to something that I really like, which was season 1. I'm gonna take a break now from TV.
Oh my god.
And the guy they brought in to replace it didn't work on season 1 and has never done anything with One Piece before. Like, they didn't give it to, like, you know, another screenwriter type thing who was on the show or something. No, they got someone completely from, like, out of the blue to come and work on it.
That
So
is...
now,
So it's
so
basically a whole
Netflix
different
did a
team.
Netflix.
Yeah.
They've also reduced, even though it made them a lot of money, they're like, we're only going to give you 10 episodes instead of 12 or whatever it is.
What? Okay, they
So we
had
got
8
2 less
episodes. So that means that they're at
Okay,
6.
8, that's it. Yeah, that's it, 6. So we got 2 less episodes, and they're trying to cover from Logtown to Drum Island.
Oh. That's not... Oh no.
And here's the thing, we've also got, like, what episode is going to be on what.
Right?
They're giving Logtown 2 episodes to itself.
Okay.
Well, think about it. What is Logtown? They show up, they see the Gold Roger thing, they meet Smoker, and then they run away. And they're
Yeah.
gonna spend 2 episodes on that.
I don't know, maybe they're gonna include stuff from other things there?
Episode 3 is going to be Reverse Mountain.
Okay.
Episode 4 is going to be Whiskey Peaks.
Okay.
Episode 5 is going to be a Little Garden. And then episode 6 is going to be Drum Island.
Ooh, that's definitely gonna be crunching things, especially Little Garden.
They
I
want to
think.
squeeze Little Garden and Drum Island into a single episode. Like, I think those things need at least 2 or 3 episodes by themselves, especially Drum Island.
Drum Island is long. That's the one with Chopper.
Like, you're not
My
going to
boy.
feel the impact of literally climbing that mountain with your bare hands for an entire day in 1 episode.
Yeah, exactly.
While also squeezing everything else in.
That's not... Oh, I did not know about this stuff and I'm so sad now.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be good now.
Ah.
I could be pleasantly surprised and they pull like a rabbit out of their ass and it's like, wow, it's such pretty good. I don't have faith though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had faith, but now you told me this and I'm less sure.
Like I said, Logtown should have been 1 episode, and then they could have given that 1 episode to either Little Garden or Drum Island.
I would have given it to
And I
Drum
think
just because that would have been the end of the season, so that way you have 2 episodes for the end of the season.
Yeah.
Damn, that does. I'm sad now.
Also, here's the thing as well. Here's the thing. We're only considering this like manga and anime version, which is only Luffy and stuff.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna want to speed plot like they did in the first one, and they're gonna have like a smoker side story, and they're gonna try and squeeze all that in as well.
That's a bad idea.
Set up shop in the surgery.
Like, I wanted this. I was really excited for the idea of having the smoker side story like they did with Garp, because you know Smoker's great and deserves his own little thing.
I kind of
And I
like
think that would have been really cool to
story.
see. So did I. And I would have been really cool to see that done for like the Smoker, for example. But now I'm like, you do not have the time to do that.
Exactly.
Please do not try.
Oh.
But they're gonna try, and you
They
know they
are.
are.
And I'm dreading it now. Oh my god, because I was looking forward to that, because I know we weren't gonna see Garp and Kobe and them this time.
Like, here's the thing. If I was gonna, this is how I would do it. If I was like looking at this time's crunch, I think. Logtown gets 1 episode. I would put Reverse Mountain and Whiskey Peak into a single episode. Like, they go up to Reverse Mountain, they meet Laboon, they meet Crocus, they run into Vivi, she leads them into a trap, but they fight all the assassins, and then she goes to the You could do that in 1 episode. Then you have, now you have 2 more episodes, and you can give 1 to Little Garden and 1 to, Drum Island.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But of course, they're not
Like-
gonna think of it that way. That makes me sad now. Oh, hello. I didn't notice.
Like, as much as a, like, complete loser he is, Mr. Free is really the only villain in this arc. So I feel like you need to give him, you know, a time to be a villain.
You can't just rush through that.
Like, we need the impact of him, you know, turning everyone to candle wax, and then Zoro tries to cut off his own feet.
Oh god.
Zoro's pose. Oh, who broke my turret? Rude? My little guy. Oh,
So guy. Oh god. What am I forgetting?
huh?
No, I'm playing a game as well. Having. Oh, there's 12. I was missing 3.
Oh no, she's already dead.
Rapture's gone to hell.
Gosh.
I feel like Raptor has gone more than just hell.
Yeah, this is about a year after everything went to shit too.
Oh god, how are people still alive?
It has been brought to my attention
I
Yeah.
don't buy that it's only been a year, because things feel like it dilapidated way too quickly. Even if you took into account like people running around being insane and like, you know, not taking care of the place. There is some damage here that's like, this is for a year-old.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I feel like either
it's also
been
been
a
a
year
war
or it's
going
been
on,
less.
though.
Yeah,
Here's the
I was
thing,
gonna...
this is my argument. It's not like, if it was just like pure damage, like, you know, gunfire and people beating on the machines and stuff, that would be fine. But there's like rust and grime on everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like to get that level of rust and grime on every bit of machinery to the point where it's like under the keyboards and stuff, it would have to be a bit longer than a year.
Well, doesn't seawater rust faster too?
True, but not everything is exposed to seawater.
That's fair. God, I would hate to be like, even if like you got me to go to Rapture when everything was nice, I would like have no interest in going because I'm so afraid of the ocean.
Fair enough.
Oh no, I think being underwater, especially in like a city setting or anything like that, is possibly the worst fate.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, that is a horrible way to die, I imagine.
Yeah, that's why like I've always thought
Like-
of like the people who were just stuck, basically just waiting for death.
Like, at least in like a spaceship, for example, if something went wrong and we got vacuumed into space, it feels very instantaneous.
Yeah.
But you know, drowning, even if you don't actively try, your body tries to keep itself alive. So you'll probably be drowning for like a minute or so, and that just
Yeah.
sounds like a really bad way to go.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Oh, you know, the worst situation I think is you're in a room and then the water rushes on inside, so you can't open the door to drown yourself. So you're just trapped in a room for like, you know, until you starve to death.
Yeah. Well, that's why like, you do find like a lot of people who committed suicide in this game,
How can a child know such a thing?
which is incredibly grim to say, but it's
I mean,
It's a grim game.
a great game.
yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I said if
Fun
you
gameplay though.
such things, at least you should do them properly.
God. Hello. Ow. Remember what this is. Hello. You're dead.
What can I do to make my futures finer? Without 'em,
I'm excited for next week of Guild Wars.
Ooh, what are they doing?
Oh,
is there not
Oh, the
some
final piece for this
Well,
DLC
if
is
now
coming
is
out
not
next
one
week.
skill that
And
fails,
then next month they're gonna announce the next expansion.
That sounds fun.
Eh.
Oh.
I'm the main thing I'm excited for is that they're releasing the legendary backpack, and we've already gotten to see how it looks.
Right.
It gives you like a void, like a flame, dark flame-ish dragon-like tail, and then when you start gliding, the dragon comes out and you get to ride it for a little bit. As you're gliding. It is really cool and I like it, and I'm like, yep, I'm making that.
I'm doing that. Oh, that's not open yet. It does sound nice. I don't know, dragons are great.
Yeah, so there's 2 legendary backpacks that I was looking at, and the other one is really cool because it's called Ad Infinitum or something like that. Yeah, Ad Infinitum, and it has like some like stone-like fractal rings that you can float it around to, and it looks cool. But I'm like,
Ow.
but dragon?
A dragon?
Yeah, I want to be a dragon.
Honestly, don't we all?
Yeah.
Grenade box. I don't know why they even make the great grenade box something you can search, because they're always
Empty?
Yeah, no matter what, they're always empty.
security cameras.
That's weird.
you two can pat me on the back for being proud of me and saying how good
Oh.
it was.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, you both kept saying the word dragon over and over again, and I restrained myself.
I see.
I did not ruin the string. You're welcome.
What? Did he?
I was trying to shoot this thing and I was completely missing.
But Blue, I don't think Uni would appreciate it.
Appreciate what? Where?
See, I didn't corrupt the poor girl.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'll keep it ambiguous.
All right, lady, time to go in the cremator.
At the sentence.
Well, that's exactly what I did. Look, she had an item.
Oh, okay.
Also, speaking of games and stuff coming, like you said, girls, what happened? Like, I'm sure 2 weeks ago I was thinking like, wow, there's nothing coming out, there's no games I give a shit about. And now it's like, here's the Oblivion remake, here's Night Rain, here's Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. Like, I'm pretty sure there weren't games I cared about, and now I'm like, oh hey, I gotta buy this game, and this game, and this game.
I know. Yeah.
They all really decided
Yeah,
to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Wow, I have to spend money. I don't have a lot of that. Can you stop?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of so like Deltarune definitely was a surprise, and we only got that because of the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept a lot of games hidden and secret, which is fine and okay.
I mean,
it's a nice surprise.
No one knew about the Oblivion remake until they shadowed it essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. like, I'm okay with
All
them
the Rapture lead to Ryan.
keeping it
Security
secret.
is
That way we're not, like,
Big Daddy's
Waiting forever.
itching and, yeah, itching and scratching for it, but, like, at the same time, it's like,
Makes them all dance to his
kind of wish I knew.
Keep us in
Also,
the
I heard,
loop.
speaking of Oblivion, I heard a theory, and I'm kind of okay with it. That's correct.
What?
Someone had a theory that Oblivion is a test, essentially,
Oh?
to see what people want in the Elder Scrolls games, like what they like, what they don't like, how they like the new graphic system and all that,
Yeah.
and all that. Because they're then going to take that information and use it to continue the development of Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That'd be interesting if that's the case.
You
Think
think they're
fair?
gonna remake Skyrim next?
I don't think they can make Skyrim again without being moved on.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
At this point, it's a very
Like-
known meme.
Bethesda has earned a bit of faith back with people, even though they weren't the ones who actually did the Oblivion thing. I don't know, which is funny
Yeah.
to say, but they have earned a bit of faith back. But I feel like if they try to once again full price drop a Skyrim for the 5th time, they're gonna get laughed back into the gutter again.
They would.
Yeah, fair
100%.
enough.
Wait, what's that meme from Jimmy Neutron? Like, you presented this for the 5th time this week?
Oh,
yeah.
Sheen.
Yeah.
You showed Gene, you presented Ultra Lord for the 5th time this week.
It's Ultra Lord!
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
if I could do with a knife what that old Spaniard did with a brush?
Is that... Okay, that's the lady. I can kill her.
Murder them.
And sometimes, like, I'll see movement and I'm like, is that Big Daddy just, like, out of the corner of my eye? I'm like, I'm not gonna aggro that thing.
Fair enough. I just found it funny that I heard it smacked.
Boop. I saw you. You didn't trick me. Okay, now she's dead. So there's
I
like...
have to ask.
Yeah?
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, has chat moved at all? 'Cause it's not
No.
moving. Or okay, fair enough. Then.
I did not
Continue.
remember there was a thing there.
I say that
Pete.
word.
I present to you
Yeah.
Ultra Lord. Sheen, that is the 5th time you presented Ultra Lord this week. Yes, but this is the extra super ultra deluxe edition.
Special.
As a belt or something.
He does like punch action or something like that.
It was... Honestly, Jimmy Neutron was actually a really funny series.
Jimmy Neutron
It
was great.
genuinely was.
Apparently,
great.
like, the budget was absolute ass.
Oh,
I
not just the
mean-
budget,
Oh, that
the actual
explains why it's
studio was
good.
asked as well. Apparently, every Thursday or Friday, they were just losing power.
Yeah.
And they got to the point where they were going to take a lunch at this hour, because it was the hour they lose power.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was
Oh,
so...
so that explains why the show was actually good.
Oh, that's funny. So I just played through this
What?
part in Bioshock. They use the same code in Bioshock, 0451.
Huh.
I wonder if that number has
Ah.
meaning or something. In Bioshock Infinite, I meant to say.
It probably
Ah.
does.
You know, like they have that number for Pixar?
Well, you see, what you gotta do is you gotta play System Shock to find out what the meaning is.
I do want to play System Shock. It's probably on Steam, because that's a game from
It
like,
is
the
on Steam.
90s, yeah.
There might be an issue that it might not run as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's old
But
AF.
what I will say is, I still do find it funny how good Steam is as a general
Look at
statement.
him go.
Look at him go.
Look at him go.
I do like. I do like how good Steam is, because it was built on the foundation of piracy isn't an issue with the consumer, it's an issue with the service.
Yeah. Yoink.
I think what's got like good faith with Steam for a while is because even if like, you know, the worst comes to worst and they like game fucking pass it on, the people after him are just more vocal than him.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Also,
there's no real fear of like, you know, suddenly being announced, oh, the art director from Microsoft's fucking advertisement thing has taken over has taken over Valve,
Right.
like with other companies, and then suddenly prices skyrocket and we never see a sale ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like, as far as
my
we can
only
tell, everything in Valve is good, even if we lose Gabe.
my only worry is that we won't lose Gabe now because I got a thing in my fucking my phone likes to send me random news sometimes.
Yeah.
And Gabe Newell is doing like a competitor to fucking the fucking Neuralink that Elon's company is doing.
What?
Yeah.
Called Stardust or
thing.
some shit like that.
Okay, here's the difference between those, because I know what you're talking about. Gabe's Neuralink is the advancements that they have gotten in VR system for their gaming thing. You know how he came out and been like, the reason we don't make a new VR system is because literally every time we try to, we make a new development.
Right.
Uh-huh.
This is the result of that. He has made essentially a way to have true VR in a video game, almost like. Basically, Sword Art Online is like the goal without the killing.
I don't think.
No,
Ren
it was a lot. It's like he had chips in the brain. It's the word chips
No, that's
is
what I'm talking.
accurate.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say I don't think Ren was going in that place. I think he was going to the Cave Johnson joke where it's like, if we could put music on a chip on a disc,
Why can't we do that to? Why can't we do that to people?
Right.
Fair enough.
I said.
Yes,
yeah, the Cave Johnson.
But anyway, the reason why I'm like somewhat defending it is he is doing it for the advancement of video games, as far as we can tell.
Right.
Fucking Elon Musk is doing it for the advancement of advertisement,
Yes.
so he can pump them directly to your brain. I'm not saying either's a good thing. Like, do not get your brain chips and never let anyone control you. Never.
Never.
Never get a brain
Never put
chip.
anything in your brain, especially if it's a company controls it, no matter how good they are.
It does not
I
matter.
love
what
Steam.
it is.
I love Steam, but I would never allow them to put a chip in my brain.
Exactly.
Look.
Because you don't know what's going to happen in like 10 years.
Exactly. Look, chat. Here's the stick-em. Cyberpunk 2077 was a fucking cautionary tale.
I mean, yeah, careful with that because there are some people out there who want Cyberpunk to happen because they lived it, because they see it as living a better life than they are now. You mean I can get fucking robotics put into my body and I become super strong and can jump over a building? Sign me up.
Hell
And
yeah.
ignoring all the red flags that come with that.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I probably would also like to, get those cybernetics put into my knees because my knees hurt and I'm old. But, you're missing the part where then a company has the ability to push a button and your knees just stop working because you didn't pay
Exactly.
today's bill.
What is it? When did you
What I will
go ahead.
say, what I will say is, because it's gonna happen, where fucking corporations will be like, oh, you don't have the chip, we will not fucking hire you if you don't have the chip. That is the only way where I'm like, I guess I'll get the chip, and if it's between fucking Valve and fucking Neuralink, Valve.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Here's
Valve
the
has
thing.
all my
I
shit
feel
already.
like if we get to a point where the corporations are like, we're not going to hire people if you don't get our special brand chip, I think eco-terrorism just becomes the way of the future.
Oh gosh.
It will probably just happen. It'll just
Like-
be the normal thing that happens.
Like, I hate to, come out and say it, but if we do get to the point where corporations get that kind of power, I'm probably going to be the guy you see on the news being like, this guy blew up a fucking factory. Put him in jail.
Yeah, because at that point, where are we going? What was I gonna say?
The sun.
I was gonna say.
Not because we figured it out, just because it's easier to die that way.
I mean, you die before you even got remotely close.
Exactly.
I know I'll be gunned down immediately the second I try anything, but I'll take that over, you know, living in a hellscape where they put a thing in my brain, and then when I try to go to sleep, I get bombarded with ads.
I hate that idea,
But
and
Blue-
I hate that some of them actually want that.
But Blue, that already exists. They just gotta play ads while you're asleep
Ugh.
on a nearby screen. Don't you remember Futurama?
Jesus Christ.
No, Futurama was that actually just beaming it into your head.
Yeah.
Directly.
Futurama wasn't. There was like a billboard outside your window and you were asleep. So it was literally just a satellite in space beaming ads into your brain.
And the ad is personalized, that you actually see yourself as the Buffman in the ad, as opposed to, you know.
I feel like we're
Random
speaking
Buffman.
these into life.
Oh, don't worry. There's some people who have come up with something even worse.
What's worse?
I fret for humanity if this is the direction that they're like encouraging.
Sorry, I just...
Okay.
Beauty.
Okay, so
What?
we chip ourselves, right?
Like
And then we
animals.
break people into two groups. The people who want to be creative and be like, and go to work and become scientists and stuff. And people who don't want to work and kind of just want to bum around.
Right.
And what happens is the people who want to bum around, they rent their brain out to computer spaces when they're asleep.
Ugh.
Because the human brain is able to hold, like, you know, like terabytes upon terabytes of information in it more than a
Yes.
computer can. When you're asleep, your brain just becomes a cloud system storage space for people to keep their stuff safe.
That
God,
sounds
no,
so
I wouldn't
horrible,
want
I
but
don't-
also so
And they're
funny.
I don't
people are
want to
like,
store
that
those
sounds like a
random.
great idea, and we can get paid and we don't have to work anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did we get here?
I don't want to store random strangers' porn into my brain.
That's where I
Yeah.
was thinking too. Like, I don't want to have.
That's where I
anything
store my porn.
Honey?
Oh,
I mean, unironically true, but yes.
I want to see some
Okay.
strangers' fucking fetishes. I got my own fucked up fetishes in there.
storage space is full. Ah, man. Nowhere to go but straight. Wah!
You have any
I
boobs
thought you were
got up
gay.
there? What?
I said nowhere to go but straight, because I know once I pick up the shotgun, I'm gonna get swarmed.
Oh, fair enough. But it'd be funny. It's like, it would be terrible, but funny. It's like, ah, shit, I can't store this porn. Let me just delete some space. Deletes the person's memories.
Oh,
Oh God.
Yeah. You know, that's exactly where it would go, bro. Once
Yes, I
someone's
know.
able to open your brain up like a computer to store shit in while you're asleep, they'll be able to snip and choose what's in your brain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, so they can
Yeah.
manipulate your memories too.
Oh.
You know, they just go into all your memories and find all the good memories that you have, like every single one, and put a Coca-Cola in your hand, so that you then have the idea
Oh my
that
god,
every time you have
integrated
a good
brand
memory,
advertising.
yep, every time you have a good memory, it was because you were holding Coca-Cola. So you're like, well, I'm gonna have a good day by going and buying myself a Coca-Cola, because I always have good days when I have Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then they can do it to their opposition, where every time you have a bad day, they put a Pepsi in your hand.
Oh God.
And that way you can be like, okay, if I have a Pepsi, I'm gonna have a bad day, so I'm gonna have a good day by buying Coca-Cola. And you sit there and you're like, and people sit there and they're like, yeah, but companies wouldn't do that. That's too twisted and morbid.
Yeah.
No, they would. They would have
They
said do
would.
that if they could to make profit.
Listen, whenever it comes to a company wouldn't do something that evil, I will forever look at Disney and the whole Disney Plus means that they can murder you thing.
No, they didn't get away with that.
No, they didn't, but I'm saying that they tried.
I know.
And that is not a good impulse to have.
You wanna know
Yeah.
what the fucking funniest thing to me is?
What?
The fucking funniest thing to me is that when it came down to it, when something was so cartoonishly evil, the reference was You have to stop being so Disney evil.
Yeah.
And now Disney is just the perfect example of Disney evil.
Yeah. They made the joke too real.
They did, didn't they?
Yoink.
Not to call it out because I'm also calling myself out on this ninja.
Uh-huh.
I remember once you asked me a long time ago. I think when we first knew each other, basically.
Uh-huh.
You had just watched Justice League, I think, and seen the episode where Lex Luthor had cured cancer, but then decided to break the cancer into a bunch of different treatment plans over the course of 10 years so he can make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember.
But yeah, you did. I'm telling you, you told me about this.
Okay, fair enough. Continue, sorry.
And then
Apologies.
you asked me, did I think there were actually people in the world who would do that? And at the time, I said no. These days, there 100% are people like that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to believe that happens all the time.
Yeah, I believe it too.
That's how the world has changed. I feel like really changed in the last 10, 20 years.
Hello?
Is that people have gotten so much more money orientated that there are some diabolical people in the world now because of it.
They are comically evil.
Evil has always existed, but this is as you said, comically evil now. Just to make, and it's all in the also that they can make a quick dollar.
Yeah. No, the one I've seen, it's getting hard for the Onion to come up with headlines that are more insane than what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love The Onion.
I love
Well,
Onion.
past tense, because now it's just real reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to look at The Onion and be like, haha, that's really silly. And now I look at The Onion, I'm like, I'm gonna see that in tomorrow's headline. There's an R9.
Yeah.
Lo and fucking behold.
Did you guys ever see their little videos? Not just the articles, but their videos too?
Yeah.
On occasion.
Some of them were really funny.
I think why it didn't really work is because it was just, they got a pretty girl to basically just read Onion headlines to you, and it's I can just read them myself.
No, I meant their little skits.
Ah, no, I didn't know about the skits, no.
Yeah, they
I
would,
did, but
they
were
would, Some of them were good. They would actually, pretend to report on, some of their insane headlines.
Oh god. They were meta.
Yeah. But, they'd set it up they actually... they'd get actors y todo for it. Where was I going? That's where I was going.
I was listening to you guys talk about fucking basically the One Piece live action.
Yeah.
And as I was hearing about, hey, the guys who worked on the live action One Piece, and no one who properly worked on the live action One Piece being there anymore, I just started getting irrationally angry because it reminded me of the fucking Devil May Cry anime.
What happened?
Yeah.
I heard that that one was actually pretty good. What happened?
It's not
No.
good. It's
Okay,
fucking dog shit.
Before he rants, I'll quickly explain it from how it's been explained to me.
Okay.
If you have never had anything to do with Devil May Cry, you've never watched anything and you don't know who any of the characters are, yes,
Right.
it is a good show because, it is good CGI, the actors do a good job and stuff like that, but if you know a single thing about Devil May Cry, they get it so wrong, so badly, that it's not worth watching.
Ooh, okay.
And then
So-
it's the general attitude of the person who made
Yeah,
it.
I don't know much about Devil May Cry.
So, the guy who made it, first and foremost, because I had completely forgotten his name, he's the guy who got rid of Apu from The Simpsons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exploded.
Oh. I hate him even more now. Sorry.
And secondly, not only is he the guy who got rid of Apu from The Simpsons, they made they had an interview with him about Devil May Cry, in which he said that he really likes Devil May Cry, according to him,
Okay.
and that's why he was happy to work on the show because he was bringing it back to life, and he was upset that Devil May Cry 5 was coming out because it stole thunder from his show.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that had he known that Devil May 5 was coming out, he wouldn't have made the TV show and made Street Fighter instead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
So he's such a fan that the existence of more properties upset him.
That is so petty.
Stein, she calls. Stein,
Hi.
Such a fan.
Don't shoot me.
just open your eyes. And when I see her,
With that
What don't you
said,
know?
the
A
issue
fan
with the
these
Devil May
days
Cry
doesn't mean you
show.
like the show, it means you hate the show.
Exactly.
Disney with everything they own.
Yeah.
Right?
We only want to hire actual fans to write our movies now. Oh, cool. So do you like Captain America? No, he's actually the worst superhero. I fucking hate him. Oh, and you're writing his next movie? Yeah!
Oh, was that the one
Cool.
that just came out?
I don't know. I'm just giving, like, broad strokes that it keeps fucking happening.
Yeah.
The amount
It
that,
does keep happening.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they had an interview with the guy who just made Captain America. He said that. I just said it because it keeps fucking happening.
It just keeps happening, yeah.
The amount of movies and shows that have come out, and then they interview the people who made it, and they're like, yeah, I fucking hate this property. It's like, then why are you working on it?
Why are you
Why
doing
do you get hired
anything?
for this shit?
I think the thing that makes it worse is the amount of censor. It's like, oh, how long have you been a fan of this property? It's the first time I've even heard about it.
What?
The amount of times that I've heard those words should not be as high as it is.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, the amount of, like, me personally, like, I stopped giving a shit because they ruled it too much.
Right.
But the amount of times when I was invested in Star Wars, that they would come out and be like, this person's going to make a new TV show or movie. And then they ask the person, like, what's your favorite Star Wars? And they're like, I fucking hate Star Wars.
What?
It just kept happening. It just kept happening, and I got to the point like, I don't care anymore. I don't care about Disney Star Wars anymore. You've lost me completely at this point.
Dang it.
Not only are you burning the brand to the ground, you're doing it with malicious because you have actively said no.
Oh, I do have an electric boat.
Like, if it was just incompetence, that's one thing. But the fact that you're saying that you're coming out of your way to make it bad because you don't like Star Wars,
That's horrible.
fuck you.
Yeah.
And he's dead.
Fuck you. Fuck the boat you came in on.
you alright? It was time somebody took care of that sick bastard. Make sure you get the key off.
Get out of my franchise and stop ruining it.
Leave me alone!
Yeah.
Let it be its own thing without you having to get your fingers in it. Where's my thing? There it goes.
Yeah.
Go make it, like, if you hate it so much, and you want but you still want your ideas to go to screen and all that, go make your own fucking thing then.
Yeah, exactly!
That way you don't have to, that way all the things you hate about it don't need to exist. Because it's not because you're not making it anymore. You can go make your own thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Doctor, she's not booked for space.
I think because I first played Bioshock,
Doctor.
like I didn't finish it of course, but I first played it at my friend's house, actually at Misha's house, probably when I was about 14? I remember I got this far,
Ah.
and then I got scared.
Fair enough.
Coward.
Yeah,
No.
I was. When I was young, I was.
Oh.
Like,
You're less of a coward now?
Well, here's the thing. There was like there was literally a switch that flipped in my brain because I used to be scared of like everything. When FNAF came out, like I would not go down my hallway because I was so scared that one of them would be there. I was 16.
No, I'm still the same, so you're fine.
Yeah. Anyways, that changed. Like, it literally was like a switch got flipped when I went to Universal Studios for college. Or not, excuse me, college. For my high school graduation. You know, senior trip.
Lucky.
Yeah!
Continue.
The fuck's a senior trip?
Well, anyways, we went, they had like a Walking Dead kind of walkthrough attraction that was basically a haunted house. And I remember that Mish was so, I don't think that they're in the chat anymore so I can say this. They were really, really scared of the attraction. So they were like basically clinging on to me as we walked through the haunted house. So of course, like I didn't want to be scared because like now I have a friend, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to toughen up. So I basically like, for some reason that day I was just like, I fear nothing.
I had the opposite happen to me, and it pissed me off so much after I was
God.
done, because I was like, why did that happen? So, when I was younger, my dad would take me, like, rock climbing all the time. You know,
Right.
to, like, gym,
Ooh.
to, like, you know, both real, like, actual rock climbing, but also, like, you know, gyms and stuff. So, you know, I was fine climbing up the walls and I was like, you know, hey, this is fun.
Right.
Eventually, I went rock climbing with school, and this kid I was kind of, like, friends with at the time, he was fucking scared the entire time. Like, he was scared of, like, going up there because he's scared of heights.
Right.
I tried to, like, you know, talk him through it and get him confident to go up the wall. And the whole time he was then panicking to me, being like, oh, once if you fall, once if this happens, once if that. And then when we finally got there, we both went up to the wall. I had talked him up to the point where he could climb up the wall and be fine. But then all his, like, panic talk caused me to freeze and I couldn't climb the wall.
Oh my god, no.
Oh.
Like, I just got to the
That
wall and something in my brain clicked and it's like, what if you do fall?
What happens?
What happens? And even though I knew, like, you know, I'll probably be caught and I'll be fine, I just couldn't climb the wall. I fucking just had to walk away from it. And then when we got on the bus to come home, I was just sitting there like, why the fuck did I do that? I've done this plenty of times.
Aww.
I'll not have him hurt my little.
Sometimes people can get into your heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Help me not.
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took fine little girls and turned them into that, didn't you?
You
You won't
hypocrites.
survive without the antidote.
Want to punch his face.
Are you prepared to trade your
Yeah.
lives and the lives of my wife and child for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here. There is another one. Use this.
My thing
I
was
don't know if it's
always
explained, though, I just don't remember.
what?
What?
Make it to be worth your while.
So they, like, you know, they explain, like, you know, she took all the little girl kids and turned them into little sisters, and right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They never explain what happens to, like, I assume the other kids, like the guys, like the boys.
Right.
Yeah, they only took the girls.
So I'm just curious, like, are they also
Wait, no!
wandering around, or are they all just, like, you know, dead?
What happened? Oh, you
Huh?
killed her.
Yes, you're getting the bad ending.
Genuinely tempted to just where was my last save? Ah!
Good luck.
Are you willing to like go all the way back just to? Cause I mean, yeah, sometimes it's worth it.
Listen, it's not just me being like, I don't want to kill the kids. It's also me being like, you get a lot more stuff if you save them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I thought the game was harder if you saved the kids.
Actually, no.
Now you've met
And they've said that that's where they fucked up in balancing. Because the game is a lot easier if you save them. They try and act in the game that it's harder, but everything that Tannenbaum gives you makes it easier. You end up with significantly more Atom and resources by the end of the game from saving them.
Ah.
Like, the creators have, like, said, like, hey, we kind of messed up. We probably should have done it the other way, but it's too late now. But then it's funny because Bioshock 2 is the same way. To be fair, Bioshock 2 was done by different people.
Mm.
So, like,
Fair.
the original creator didn't come back until Infinite. Because originally, like, from what I understand, it was like they were never asked to come on for the second game. You know, it's kind of an asshole thing. So that's why
Yeah.
Infinite is kind of... Basically, Infinite ignores the existence of the set.
Ah.
They have no references at all to the second game.
You know what? Understandable. Have a nice day.
know, yeah, I kind of get it. I'd be kind of irked if somebody, like, continued the story without me. Like, that's what happened with James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy. Because, like, here he was, he had set up all of his characters and all that stuff. Which, you know, like, you know, it's still Marvel, but he had a whole story for them. And then you have Endgame, and they just say, fuck it, we're killing Gamora.
He's the one that runs this place.
Even though they pretty
I
much
feel
said
like that happened to a few people because
it did.
there is such a like shift between Thor Ragnarok and then what happened in Endgame, and then I feel like that just kind of ruined like the story that they were setting up.
It's because Endgame undoes all of Thor's development. Like, it basically makes it so he never lost an eye because he gets a perfect prosthetic.
Yeah.
It, like, changes all of his growth and everything like that. I saw people saying that Thor Love and Thunder was so bad because the director was just so pissed with Marvel.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Which, you know, that has
I mean, they took one of the best villains in fucking Marvel with fucking the God Slayer and made him a one movie fucking character.
Yeah. And made him like almost
like that's
pathetic.
the actual character. Like the God Slayer in like actual like comic books and stuff. He's the multiverse threat where it took 3 different Thors having to team up just to stop him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Thor had to team up with 2 other versions of himself, and all 3 of them were like their most powerful version of Thor.
Wow.
Like I believe one had like fused with Odin and become the fucking like Thor. One was basically a Force Slayer and had been killing and taking the power of other Thors. And then you had like the main continuity Thor, who's like, you know, the best Thor because he's the main Thor.
Exactly.
So
He's
you
a
know,
good boy.
you have the 3 best Thors in continuity having to team up to beat one guy. And then in the movies they're like, he's a weird character who gets fucking beaten in a single movie.
And like I said, they made him come off as like, I get the whole thing is that his daughter died because his god didn't care. Which, you know, I think it's a good setup, but like they could have gone like further, like you said, set him up to be the next big bad. Especially because like wasn't the actor for Kang by then like already in jail?
Yeah.
So they could have like gone with that by then.
I mean, the real issue that comes with Disney Marvel is that they keep killing off villains.
Yeah.
That is true. I still think that the biggest mistake they made for Iron Man in particular was killing Warmonger.
Yeah.
He could have been such a good running villain in the other movies.
He could have been used multiple times. Like, we're supposed to get the next Avengers movie next year, right?
Yeah, so I don't really give a shit.
I'm
yeah,
like,
I wouldn't know anymore.
yeah, I don't either, but like, I think I've seen stuff because I remember thinking like, where are they even gonna go?
Like, the only thing that has my attention slightly is that they got the original X-Men with like Patrick Stewart and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was like, oh, okay. Everything else I don't give a shit because they're like, look at these characters. It's like, I don't know any of them. They're from the TV show. Alright, cool.
I don't know who they are. TV shows should not be required watching.
Yeah. Honestly, I think what really cemented the nail of how mad I got with like Disney and like the Marvel universe was I watched the Doctor Strange, that second one.
Yeah.
And I saw the smartest people in the universe do the stupidest shit.
Exactly.
I was just like,
Like,
It's a thing. I wish they never did the multiverse. I wish they just focused on, continued to focus on the universe they had set up, not focused on like, you know, alternate versions of them. I wish fucking Endgame didn't have time travel. That's my biggest gripe.
yeah, fair enough. I wish
Like, I feel like
they figured out a different solution.
I agree.
Like, it was
someone
fun.
had a theory on how they think the movie was going to go, and I like there's so much more, which was they were going to shrink down using Ant-Man's technology to rebuild each of the stones atom by atom. Because even that he dusted all the fucking like Infinity Stones, there's still dust. So if you shrink down further enough, you can go and collect all of it and basically science it all back together again.
That would have been
that
interesting,
would've
but it
been
wouldn't
cool.
have been very something that you could like very much do observably without getting kind of repetitive and boring.
Here's the thing, I feel like you
could.
just do it all at one go. Like, you could collect it all at once and create
And
all
then
5
yeah,
stones in
I
one
see what
go.
you mean. Like, don't even
I
have it
know.
like be...
I don't know, Uni. Sounds like a skill issue.
There we go.
Honestly,
Basically delayed gratification.
we need our attention. We need our attention span better.
Yeah, we do.
But anyway, though, I feel like instead of doing the multiverse, instead of trying to like bring Kang into it and stuff and all this other bullshit, just go the obvious route. You had one Titan try to destroy half the universe. Bring in the next Titan who wants to destroy all the universe. The guy who eats everything.
Yeah,
The guy who would be
Galactus.
the guy who would be the obvious segue to bring in the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Exactly.
So you keep saying
He's right there.
You keep saying Kang, and all my brain is going is just Krang from the fucking Ninja Turtles.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, they're both as terrible as each other. As in, like, no one gives a shit about them when you really think about it.
Yeah.
I completely
Let's be real.
forgot
Did
that
you ever give a shit about the villain Krang, or were you here for Shredder?
Shredder.
We were here for
Shredder.
Shredder.
Speaking of forgot English. Speaking of the
Ninja.
Turtles, did you guys ever see the movie that came out, I think 2 years ago?
No.
Mutant
The
Mayhem?
one where they came up with Batman?
What?
I said the one where they came up with Batman.
No,
I don't think that was
No.
2
that's
years
a
ago.
comic.
No, it
No,
was
there
not
was
a movie.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was?
that
It was a movie.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That
Oh,
one was good.
that's the last like movie. That's the last like TM which was that.
So Mutant Mayhem was very good.
Like, we have
Hey,
not
I
watched
believe you.
movies in a long time.
But I also stopped caring about the Ninja Turtles when they retconned their lore for like the 3rd time.
Yeah,
Right.
they did that a lot.
Honestly,
I kind of just like it simple that Shredder and Splinter were fucking rivals in Japan. Shredder fucking like, you know, sets him up so that Splinter gets banished. He goes to America. He finds some baby turtles. They get covered in the goo, and they both transform into like, you know, because the turtles that had been hanging out with him, they got spliced with human DNA.
Yeah.
But because he was hanging out in the school with rats, he got spliced with rat DNA. Eventually, Shredder shows up because he also got banished, and is now trying to take over America with the Foot Clan. Like, it's simple, it's a little stupid, but it's, you know, I just like that so much more than any of the, like, they're aliens!
so
Shredder's also an alien, he's Krang! No!
Don't do
No,
that.
he's
I'm-
not! Stop
I'm
it.
okay. I was okay with up to the 2012 variant of Mutant Ninja
That was the
Turtles.
one that was like CGI, but like pseudo realistic, right?
It wasn't realistic at all. It was just CGI.
I'm trying to think. That's the one, I forgot his name, the guy with the hockey mask.
Casey Jones.
Yes!
Yeah, Jet said.
I'm talking about the TV series. Is what I meant.
I understand.
The one where April is psychic.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah.
Isn't she also like a kid in that?
Yes.
They're all kids. Like she's the same age as the turtles.
Yeah, but I mean, like, original April wasn't, you know, a kid.
Yes, I'm aware that original April wasn't a kid, but yeah, she's the age of the turtles. I'm okay with that
like
one.
a teenager, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all meant to be teenagers. That's that's why it's in the name.
Dumbass. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's only like the first thing.
It's only the
Um,
first word you fucking see.
Exactly.
So what do you call it? But when I started having issues with the TMT, is when they started like Like, I was okay with them changing the personalities of the turtles and whatnot. I was weirded out by them making Raph the leader. But what I hated the most about the next one, I don't care how good the animation was and whatnot, I hated what they did with Splinter.
What'd they do with him?
Made him a slob.
They made him fat, a slob, and I don't know how much he actually cares for the turtles.
That's sad.
I mean, it can't be much. They made Raph the leader.
Sad though.
You
Yeah, I
know,
don't
the
think I
guy
ever
with
saw that.
anger issues.
Yeah.
People praised it for its animation, and I saw some of the animation. It was really good. But you messed with some of my favorite character, and I was just like,
I mean,
Yeah.
there was this period, I feel like, around that era and then leading up to like 2016-ish area,
Right.
where they kept going back to like old TV shows and stuff, and for some reason their go-to move in all of them was just to make the dad in that show like unbearably unlikable. Like for some reason that was just their like, hey, we're gonna redo this like family show with like, you know, about these kids and their dad or whatever. We're gonna make the dad a complete asshole though, even that, you know, he used to be like, you know, one of the best dads in TV shows history.
Exactly.
yeah. And I think something I remember seeing Splinter in that movie you were talking about, Mutant
Right.
Mayhem or something like that. I was still upset, and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother looking at it. I don't care if it's like the best thing in the world. I am upset.
He's like
So-
overprotective dad.
I don't. So, as much as I want to say it's cool that his personality is somewhat still intact, I don't like how he looks.
Yeah. That's fair.
I can't be like, oh, I'm not an aesthetic person. No, I'm an artist. I'm full.
I'm very
aesthetic.
aesthetic.
Yes.
That's fair. It also has, like, what's it called? It has a lot of anime references. Because I believe,
I mean-
yeah, it's Donatello. Donatello is obsessed with anime in that movie. The point that they make
I
a plot
also-
relevant anime joke.
Oh,
A plot relevant.
Oh.
The reference is how
I
they
don't
beat
know
the
how I
villain.
feel like that.
fair enough.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Another thing that I'd probably say what I wouldn't want to like. The reason why I didn't want to watch the movie is because of Seth Rogen.
That's fair.
I don't
Fair.
like him.
That is very fair.
So yeah, those are my gripes.
Understand
So I don't really have much against. Well, I didn't, past tense, have much against Seth Rogen. Because honestly, I just knew him for like retarded stoner movies, so I didn't really care. But then they made this like really shitty Christmas movie, and he was just gloating about the fact that he got to play Santa Claus because he hates Santa Claus.
that. What? That's weird.
Oh, is that fucking movie where like Santa's a piece of shit and then like one of the elves rebel against him?
Yes.
Wait, that's not a movie. That's a TV show.
That. Yeah.
That.
Whatever.
Even no matter. It's still that.
No, I'm saying it's a TV show because it's worse because it's longer.
Yeah.
True.
No, it's called Santa Inc. and it's bad.
Yeah. He's also the one who made it too.
Yep.
So it was just like, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I never watched
You know
it,
speaking
but I
about
remember
TV
seeing-
shows,
Oh, go ahead.
because my mind went to it when I was talking about the go-to, like, you know, making the dad a piece of shit when they remake the show.
Yeah.
Even though I'm so happy it didn't get made because it sounds fucking atrocious to like the eyes and ears. I'm so curious what happened to that live-action Powerpuff Girls TV show because
Have you seen
I feel like
the trailer?
after the script got what?
The trailer leaked.
Oh my god! I'll be honest. Since the script got leaked, I thought it was just dead because I hadn't heard anything about it.
It's dead. It is
So-
very dead, but the trailer leaked and it is so much worse!
So not only did the trailer fucking leak, every person that's tried to fucking post the leak has gotten DMCA to fucking hell and back.
Yeah.
So it's that fucking bad that they want it hidden, buried, and burned.
So bad. Like, Mojo Jojo is like, it's like a dad and his son, right? And then, like, they have,
Mojo
like,
Jojo
Justin
is
follow.
dead.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they accidentally
It's
killed
his
him.
son.
Yeah.
I'll
He's
be honest,
also
like
not a
everything I read in the script was like awful. Obviously, like it sounded like one of the worst things ever made. But I think the part where I was like gut wrenched, this actually hurts to read now. What they did to fucking Professor Utoni, who went from like the best dad ever to then try to like turn him into this like sellout monster who was using the girls for profit the entire time.
Yeah.
I was just like, no.
Don't do that.
You know, Professor Utonian, who like fucking idol worshipped superheroes, saw that the superheroes treated his daughters like shit and immediately fucking got rid of all of his superhero shit because of that.
Because he
That
loves his
guy.
sisters more.
Yeah.
That's one of my
That
favorite
was-
episodes because of the like it's never really it's like not directly told, but it is a great visual thing where just before they leave, he's wearing the mask of like the main hero guy, and then after it happens and they come home, you can see it in the trash bin for a brief second just as they get to the
Aw.
house.
Yeah.
And it's like it's never directly pointed out, but it's just like and it's such a cool animation thing to like go out of your way to do to like
Yeah.
show like how cool he is as a dad.
Yeah.
Because he is a good dad.
Yeah, he is a good
Yeah. He's probably one of the best cartoon dads with like.
Like, if you wanted to pick a dad that was not a good dad, just go for Dexter's dad. He's like fucking absent 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I will still probably take Dexter's dad over some other cartoon dads. Like, if I want to go to like the worst possible dad who ever existed, I would easily just pick Family Guy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put Peter Griffin because
He's awful.
Like every clip
sad
I've
that
seen of
he
that
used
show,
to be good.
Yeah.
like every
And then they
clip I
just-
see that people like try to show me or like why Family Guy is good, is always him beating his wife or beating his kids. And
Especially
I'm just
his
like,
poor daughter. And like the show is so
I was like,
mean
this
to
is-
the daughter.
like some people have shown me to been like, look how funny this is, and it's just him punching his daughter or something. I'm just like, this is funny to you?
What?
Mm.
Like, Family Guy's like the one thing, no matter how many people try to tell me it's good, I will never believe them because every time someone has shown me something of it, it's
so
always
bad.
the least funny and just kind of like awkward thing to sit through.
Yeah.
And I just don't get the joke.
I would go
Like
visit.
it's him punching his wife in the face like actually humorous to these people because that feels uncomfortable if that's the case.
I know for a fact it
Yeah.
is. Because, like, I have cousins who are like that. Because whenever I would go visit them, because they live in Dallas, what's it called? They would have, like, Family Guy and South Park on all day. And they would just sit on the couch watching it all day.
Here's the thing, at least
So,
with South Park,
is
there's
actually fun.
yeah, at least with South Park, there's a lot of episodes that are fun.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of really bad episodes as well that, you know, should also be burnt and never spoke about ever again.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give South Park infinitely more of a pass simply
Family
because
Guy.
of how they make it.
Yeah. And how fast that they
Right.
the turnaround time is.
Like, what made South Park good, whenever it is really good, I feel like, is when they mock real-life events that are happening at that moment.
It's just that that's what they're always doing. That is the entire fucking...
Not
Oh.
always. Sometimes they do just do, like, a Family Guy-esque episode where it's, like, Cartman beating the other three guys for, like, an entire episode, and you're just like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
That's fair. Because I do know that that's how they model making episodes. They basically just look at the news for a week and then they make an episode.
If there was
Yeah,
nothing
it's
good, I guess
for-
then they get those weird
Yeah.
episodes.
they used to animate with literally like
Papercraft.
yeah.
The opening was literally them showing you how to do it.
Yup.
Which I think is like insanely creative. Even if I personally don't like South Park, but I can give them props that that's a pretty interesting way to go about it. It's gonna turn me around, and he's gonna be right here.
Oops, I went the wrong way.
Okay, he's dead. He didn't
Oh,
even
actually,
drop
speaking of
anything.
fucking like, speaking of TV shows about like era that are still around. I got a Simpson clip, and it wasn't funny, but it might be the most interesting take on it, like how I've seen it in a while.
What?
Oh.
So, I am assuming he dies, like he does all the time, but Homer's in hell essentially,
Right.
and there's all these people standing on essentially a train station. And he asks one of the devils what's going on, and the devil says, "Oh, they're queuing up because we do a exchange program with heaven, where all the people who are sent here for sins that aren't sins anymore get to go to heaven for the day, and then all the people who were sent to heaven but are now counted as bad people get sent to hell for the day."
That's very funny, actually.
That is.
So all these people who are like lining up because they're gay or something get to go to heaven for the day because they're not sinners anymore. But then all these people like George Washington and Shakespeare arrive to go in hell because now they're seen as bad people.
That's funny.
Like Shakespeare shows up and he's just like, "I don't know why I'm here. I'm one of the greatest theatre directors of all time." And one of the demons is like, "Because you did blackface it," and drags him away.
But Shakespeare wasn't an actor, therefore he never did blackface. Just asked.
Yeah, I know.
people to.
Yeah.
But
It's a joke.
it's just such an interesting take on the heaven and hell situation where like you might be in
Yeah.
heaven but then you get sent to hell later on because what is counted as like morally correct changes over time, so people keep flip-flopping between the two.
That is wild.
Hey.
Yoink, yoink. Did I already check her? Yeah, I already checked her. Okay. And I'm also remembering to save more, so in case I fuck up again, it's easier to go back.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Understandable.
I usually save like religiously with this game because it has a tendency of crashing on the Switch.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're on
crashes
computer
so
and.
But since you're on computer, it doesn't crash as much, so you just... I could have sworn this was one of those games that had fucking autosaves.
No, Bioshock Infinite does. The original two only have autosaves when you switch locations.
Ah. Naruhodo ne.
Which you know is great, but then it also means that like if you have to put Bioshock Infinite away for any reason, like you can't save where you're at. You just gotta really hope that it's saved close to where you were.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I prefer having like automatic saves, but like also give you the option to save.
Same.
And is she in the water yet? No. Like, your kind isn't. Where is she? I can hear her. Oh, there
She is in the stairs.
I got her. And then once I get electric flesh, I can just do this with me in the water.
Yup.
Because that completely nullifies electric attacks to you. Which is
Nice.
really good when
Oh,
you get
wow.
to... Yeah, when you get to Hephaestus, you run into a lot of splicers who have an electric gene tonic equipped. So that makes it a lot easier to deal with them when you get to that point. And you get electric flesh pretty early, I believe. I just can't remember exactly where. Did I already? Yeah. Doink. So we have this. Push that over. There's a dude over there.
Welcome to the circus of value.
The circus. Apparently, like, the dude's wife hates that clown so much. Ow.
I mean, fair. I kind of don't like how it sounds. So
Well, it's the guy. That's
Yeah, I
his-
know.
Yeah. another thing. I always like that all the old music these games have.
Oh, I fucking love old timey music.
It's funny because when I'd study, I used to put on like a Rapture atmospheric like soundtrack kind of deal. So it'd play like a lot of these songs, and Nana's head like perked up like, oh, I love that! I'm like, yeah,
My granddaughter has culture.
My granddaughter has culture. It's so
Speaking
funny.
of music, go ahead. No, finish. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's funny.
Yeah, we found some music that technically we find it funny, but it was also kind of interesting. It's basically mariachi version of Kingdom Hearts song.
Oh my god. Yes.
I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, Steinman, you're insane. We get it.
We were very surprised by it.
Hello.
You'll have to find some way to get through to Surgery and Steinman.
Surgery.
Chin up now. The Lord has
Surgery. Honk, honk.
Detecting speed running at this point.
Fair.
Something I noticed, in the Switch version, and I don't know about the other versions, Steinman won't go into the water below his surgery area if you're on hard.
Huh.
Because, like, that's an easy way to kill him, is if he goes down there. But I noticed he does it here. Static discharge?
Into the wall. Oh, I did stupid.
Camera. I have a shotgun. I should do the camera. Nope! I was wrong. I was very wrong.
Fucked up. You fucked up.
I fucked up. Can I hack it? Why can't I hack it? Well, that's dead. So I just got a glitch.
Oh.
The timer is still going off, but the alarm is quiet.
Huh.
Which means that, like, I should still be getting robots coming after my ass. But we're good, so I'm not gonna complain about this glitch.
Yeah.
Oop. Hello?
Hello.
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 I've gone and done a thing.
Yoink. What
Ow.
I will take a look at what.
Oh shit, I forgot Crystal there.
Because that's most likely what he's talking about. Oh, it's very nice, friend. Looks good.
Yay.
Those
Let me
references really helped you out.
Let me go murder
Yeah.
Steinman. And then I will
Fair
look.
enough.
What can I do with this
Yeah, you're gonna complain about people.
She won't stay still. I want to
Weirdo.
make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong. That one's too fat. This one's too tall.
My dude just had dramatic lights set up. Just cause.
So one of them was too fat, the other one was too tall.
He's ugly.
Sir, that's not how you get a short stack. She has to be chunky and short.
That's what he was complaining about.
Ow. Now I run down here. Now, is he gonna come down here? Yeah, he's coming down here. You can literally just spam him.
Fair enough.
I assumed that the reason it didn't work on the Switch version was because it's too easy, but it's working here just fine, so no clue.
It might have been a glitch. Use the code.
It could have also been, we removed the code for him to go follow you down there because the water physics fucking break the game.
I mean, it
Yeah.
works for, It works for doing it at any other difficulty.
Huh.
That's
Look,
why I'm saying it's just whenever you do hard that it didn't let it.
look. What I'm gonna say is, I had the briefest of stints in doing coding, and when people call code spaghetti,
It is.
it is spaghetti.
I'm working my way to the backside of Port Neptune myself. We'll get there soon enough.
You remove one thing and everything hecking breaks.
Yeah.
And then you put that one thing back exactly as it used to be, and it breaks something new entirely.
I saw a funny take that was like, what if magic worked like coding?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, no.
Like, I don't know why the banana has to be in the magic circle, but it won't work without it.
Is the banana like the components of the magic? No!
Just
It's
won't
not
work.
even in the, it's not even in my fucking magic book for it to work.
Okay, that lady wasn't even close to me. Why did that count as a hit?
Does it?
Ah, the shotgun is so beautiful. Like, one-shots most things at this level.
Thank you, Ren.
What are you munching on?
Mint Oreo.
Oh, Oreos are so good. The mint Oreos?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear a big daddy.
Sounds like another tunnel collapse. Welcome to
An Oreo? I didn't know you guys got that movie already.
toilet joke.
What?
Ditch 5 gets an Oreo.
Okay, I'm back to
If
where
you
I
haven't
fucked
watched
up.
it yet.
No, I haven't.
Hang on, I'll grab it. It's so good.
So, the director apparently got his own kids to do a lot of stuff for the Little Sisters.
Oh.
Hang
He's
on.
like, I didn't let them see it until they were adults, but...
That's not a child, not anymore, like. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte, do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the
Fun fact, her model is just a splicer model from a distance. The only characters that have actually made models are Fontaine, Ryan, and, I forgot his name, Cohen. How dare I forget his name? I love that character.
There is another one.
Thank you.
Free them from their torment. I will
What I
make
always
it to
wondered
the
is, like, she has this plasmid, like, I feel like she could make something to make splicers no longer insane. Okay. There we go! We got it right this time!
Nice.
Thank you, mister.
And a little curtsy.
Thank you.
Do you see what's happening?
Yeah, we could hear it.
What happened there?
Tenenbaum's playing you for a sap.
What was
Don't
that?
they look like wee little girls? But looks don't make it so. You need all the Adam you can get to survive.
Nah, we're good.
If you cross paths with another of them gatherer's garden machines, make sure you pick up a new plasmid or two. That's if the price ain't too dear.
You know a really mean thing that the Bioshock 2 does?
What?
It switches the buttons for harvest and rescue.
Oh.
So like I'm just gonna use the switch for example. Harvest is X and rescue is Y in Bioshock 1. In Bioshock 2 it's the other way around. So if you're somebody
God.
binging the game, it's like set
There's
up
a-
to screw you up.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I always thought that was
Making sure
so
you paid attention.
Yeah.
know what? Since I mentioned Kingdom Hearts music, I need to look for a song that I had on my computer. It's one of the Kingdom Hearts songs called Nights and Nights, but it's a remixed version of it. I really like how it sounds. I used to use it as a ringtone.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't put a song I like as a ringtone, otherwise I get annoyed with it.
Really?
Well, the thing
I'm
is,
a person who...
Go ahead.
I'm a person who does not get annoyed with repeating songs too quickly.
It's more so that, like, I just hate getting phone calls.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
fair enough. So I used to have a song that I really liked that's my ringtone, but only for like people whose phone numbers I actually have.
Right.
And then I had the it's a fucking royalty-free song that is for some reason associated with like a fucking paper cut out of a ghost.
What?
yeah.
For anyone who I didn't know.
Yeah. The meme is called "It's a Mystery."
It's a mystery.
The-
I know what you're talking about now.
The meme is that it's called It's a Mystery, but the actual song is called Merry Christmas.
What?
Yeah. I am confused beyond belief as of to why the song is called Merry Christmas.
That's weird. Oop, I hear somebody. And I had the wrong ammo equipped, so no wonder it wasn't doing much. There's like a spot I am trying to get into. I'm trying. Wait, no, don't sneeze. Don't sneeze.
Get some tight.
Trying to get in
Get some
here.
tight.
Now remember
Purple
how to get in.
elefante.
Purple elephant.
Purple pineapple. Pink pineapple.
It worked.
Peppa Pig jigsaw puzzle.
What?
What?
I mean, I'm saying like it worked. I'm not sneezing anymore.
Fair enough.
I deadass don't remember how to get into that room.
Go back to the room.
It's right here.
Sir, I need
Have you tried clicking the ring doorbell next to it?
I have. It just tells me I need to get the key.
Meet Chomper's official dental people, then go find Chompers and murder him.
That's Dandy Dental. That's Painless
Come on.
Dental. So I assume this is Chompers, but like I need to actually... So personally, I think... Oh, nope, you're dead.
Oh god, there's two of them. That's why I'm having issues.
Oh! Okay,
What?
that escalated.
What?
Just missiles.
Yes! I had a turret hacked over there, so I was just waiting for it to kill her.
Ah.
Oh, that just takes me backwards. I would have had this turret too had it not fucking died.
Ready now. Time to take on one of them big daddies. It won't be easy.
Like the
but
game
the only
even
way
gives
to
you
get
2
through
turrets so you can challenge the big daddy with them. Actually, is this one still working? Yeah, this one's in good condition. Let me just get my path of retreat figured out. Okay. Hit and run time.
Okay, here's what you do. You shoot the little sister in the face.
They can't die. Hello. Oh! And he already murdered my thing.
I mean, that is the big
It's a
daddy.
big
for you.
daddy.
It's a big daddy.
Reload while you're still free.
You're right. Okay. I was expecting him to be right behind me. Question
Oh,
mark.
actually, because it's a fucking question that always fucking shows up. Especially during, basically, Bioshock. Outer space or underwater uni?
Yes. This AJ's question.
They're both so bad, but outer space, because of the thing we were saying earlier, if I die, I'm probably gonna die faster in outer space. Ah, that killed me.
I would say that it depends on how many fathoms deep you are.
That's fair. Because, like, I've also just heard so many, like, IRL horror stories of being underwater.
I mean, like, if you're deep enough underwater, you just explode.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how far up outer space you are, you just explode.
Yeah. Okay,
The end
I lost
result's
the big
kind of the
daddy.
same, honestly.
Oh, hello, sir. Oh, fuck, it's gonna be true.
Bitch ass of an ogre.
Yoink. Die.
Oh god.
Okay, I think he's going for a health station now. Yeah, I think he's going for a health station. No, wait! There's one I haven't... No, it's fine. He's gonna die anyways. I don't know why it warned me. It usually only warns you if there's one you haven't hacked around.
Maybe there is one you haven't hacked.
That's what I'm looking for, because he went to the one that I hacked, so that's why I'm like, why, bro? Oh, hello, bro. There's a chick. Oh, she got her.
Nah. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Chick, dude.
You're
It's
dead.
all bro.
We went very different
Everyone's
directions.
bro.
Everyone's bro. Yeah. I haven't opened this one. Oh, there's nothing in there. That's why I haven't opened it. Okay, I'm also gonna save again. Because before I go after
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay, time to fuck
Before
up
you
the Big
harvest
Daddy.
the little sister.
Before I accidentally
Again.
harvest the little sister.
Yeah.
Now to find out where they even went. I mean, I can hear him.
Oh, I remembered a thing, and now I have to send it to Uni.
Oh god. The only thing, like, I really like this game, I just hate the last part of it.
Fair.
Where they, like,
The
make
one where
you-
when they dress you up as a big daddy,
Yeah.
and all the little sisters go around calling you Mr. Bubbles.
Yeah. It's just because, like, I hate how the HUD turns out. Because it makes it so much harder to see what you're doing. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought the arrow was leading me to the Big Daddy. I gotta find him still. Gotta find him and hope he hasn't put the little sister away yet.
Yeah.
Because that sucks. When you kill a Big Daddy, you realize they didn't even have the sister. Hey, where is he? Oh, there she is. So he's down there? Yeah, there he is. Is he? He's stuck! He's stuck!
Abuse it!
Not fair. Yeah, he's still stuck. Poor guy. Yeah, you see, it's because of the HUD. It takes up too much space. Okay, let me see you, child.
Mr. Bubble!
Give me a kid.
No! No! No!
He got strapped as far as I know.
Hmm.
Talking about.
He was
I am-
referring
I
to
am-
the Powerpuff Girls.
Fair enough.
Because good, it got scrapped.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah.
Yeah. Money, buddy. Alright, I have send Uni the curse thing.
Oh, golly.
Oh god. Another champion.
Okay.
Now it's just up to Uni to get safe so that I can get the live reaction live on stream.
Let me see.
Yeah.
What did you send me? Oh god, I mean, it's good art! It's very good art, I'll say that! Very good art! Okay, back to Bioshock and murdering people.
Yep.
I'm still trying to find that damn key.
My lord, I love playing a mesmer.
You know what? I should have sent it to just mod voice chat so everyone could have reacted to
Everyone
it.
can see the
Yeah. Then send it to mod voice chat, and we can still
I'm
react.
about to.
cream-filled cake. So, fun fact, Bioshock 2 takes place 10 years after the original.
Oh.
And there are still people in Rapture.
Ow.
They're not doing very well.
Well,
They're
see,
still
they
around.
stayed in Rapture because they are now fucking mutant freaks of nature.
Well, they can't leave, too, because, Andrew Ryan shut down all the bathyspheres that you could use to exit.
Oh.
Because he didn't want anybody leaving and spreading any information about Rapture. So he completely locked down the city so everyone's trapped. Which... the fucking suck.
Yeah?
Look, as much as he's a piece of shit for doing that, I agree with him for one specific reason.
Oh.
If the government finds out about Rapture, they're gonna immediately start taxing it. So, you know, I agree with him. Fuck them taxes. You have any idea how expensive it was to make this? You have any idea how hard it's gonna get taxed? No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, he also just didn't like want government interference in any sense of the word.
Exactly.
But then he ends up being the his whole thing is so interesting, like just how he ends up being like the bad government.
Well, there's no such thing as a really, really good government.
Yeah. I love how it can just make him stand there while reloading.
There is such a thing as a good government. They just tend to exist in D&D and Pathfinder games.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Fiction.
the DM decides to live in a fantasy world where, you know, when he makes like a king who's in charge of a country, he makes the king good, and the king does the good things.
Wasn't even that corrupt.
God damn it, you said wasn't even that corrupt, and all I can think of is... I don't even remember what fucking video I saw it from, but it was basically the hero went out of his way to fucking murder a bunch of people, and then when he gets to the king is like, really? This is how it's gonna end? And the hero's just holding him at the end of the knife. Yup. And the king's like, I wasn't even that corrupt. Like, he wasn't saying I wasn't corrupt, it was I wasn't that corrupt.
I think we're referring to the same thing. I think you're just misremembering it, because it was a Joel Haver video.
Oh, it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the rat.
Oh god, yeah, it was!
It's the rat! God, I'm still waiting on a sequel.
Rat. Where the rat? Like,
I mean, there technically are sequels. There's like 4 different videos in that universe.
No, the sequel of the green guy finding the gun.
yeah.
Ah, yes. Well,
I will
technically,
say...
technically that's the 4th one, so...
Yes.
We're waiting for the 5th
That's why you
one.
confused me when you said sequel.
Yeah, that was my bad. Hi. Bye.
We're waiting for the follow-up.
Want to see what happens with the green guy.
What I will say is those videos, unless you watch them in order so that you can get the full context, feel really bad on their own because they feel like they're overstaying their welcome.
Sometimes
But
they
if you
do.
watch them all together, they feel so a lot less, which is really weird.
It's because they form
It's
like a cohesive
because-
story.
That too, but also he has a very dry humor where a lot of the jokes are kind of people just like looking at each other awkwardly, but you know. in the context of the show, that's what makes it really funny.
Yeah.
Circumstances.
Like, my favorite one he did was, you know, NPCs reacting to a speech, essentially.
That one's really
Yes.
good.
And it's like, a lot of the jokes are just the NPCs staring at the guy doing weird shit. But nothing's really happening. But that's also the humor, because the NPCs kind of just staring at this guy being fucking weird and just being like, what's going on?
The thing about the NPCs reacting to a speedrunner is that is a singular self-contained video that just
That is two.
works. No, there's like 3.
There's 3, but there's 2 of them that are both in the same Mafia, or whatever it is, universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about making fun of speedrunners is that it's always kind of, why did he do that? And then he fucking does, and then because he did that, something weird shit happens, and you just stare dumbfounded. That's just a very, yeah, that's the normal reaction to have.
Yeah. Relatable. That's how you would react. Okay, I'm going insane. Is it one of the things he's riding straight for the chest high wall, Mads? Mad. He's riding straight for the chest high wall. He's mad! I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're referring to. Okay, I'm going insane. Where is the key?
The Big Daddy has it.
Oh god.
I wish it was that easy.
Well, first you need to quit out of this game and load up a different game called Kingdom Hearts, and you'll get a king pretty soon on.
I think that's exactly
Special thing
the
about
I
this
need.
key. The special thing about this key is that it's one of a kind, and no one else gets one like it. Like
No one
only
else.
Sora can wield the keyblade.
Only Sora can read the Keyblade.
Yes.
Only
Only
Sora
Sora.
can read
Only
the Keyblade.
Sora.
Why is that sentence hard to say?
Because you hear the sentence and immediately know you're lying.
Okay, I'm starting to wonder if
Speaking-
this is a key hidden in another level.
Speaking of Sora, because yay, fucking learning Japanese.
Yeah.
So aside from Sora meaning sky, it also means empty.
No!
Really?
That's actually really sad. It also makes sense why Sora in Digimon is named that, huh?
Ha.
He's empty of love.
She got a bird.
She got a bird.
The birds go in the sky!
Okay, I was gonna say, what does bird mean with empty?
Birds go in the sky! That's
They
where
soar
birds
up.
go.
Hey, look, it's Dr. Smiley.
Where'd this guy go? I gotta shoot him. Ow.
Yeah, Daddy just reminded me of my favorite joke. One of my favorite jokes in the fucking bridge.
Oh god.
Curse you, Uni.
What did I do?
It's the third one when I decided to just walk into the desert for some reason. And they're walking for a bit and
Heat waves, guys. Heat waves.
No, not that one. The one where they walk for a bit and then Beermon's just like, I need my feet Sora.
She or Sora.
Everyone's just like, oh, that doesn't help.
God. There you go.
Oh. It's so dumb. It's so cute.
The bridge was so good.
It was.
Curse whatever
You're
forced them to
Sora.
stop.
Yeah.
Bandai.
I don't know. It could have been Bandai, it could have just been them being bored.
True.
Fuck, it was good though.
I'm starting to wonder if the key is in another level.
I feel like it
Sorry,
wasn't.
keys.
I feel like it wasn't either. Oh, psh.
Do I need potatoes? Do I need potatoes?
So let's see.
I always need potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potato.
Sora. Slave to sky for emptiness.
Okay. Real quick.
Sad.
Is everybody hearing everyone clearly or
You
Breaking
just
up.
started breaking up.
Yeah.
is it me? It might be me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
then
on, bro. Yeah, for me.
BRB, right quick then.
Is she alive?
And what?
You okay? The what? Oh. Oh, I think our web might be being dumb. How am I sound, by the way?
Yeah, you're something.
You're roboting.
janky too, Ren.
Could it be y'all's internet?
I think it is earned.
Because if it's affecting both of y'all.
It might be everyone was using it for me to do as well. Yeah.
Discord? Discord?
Discord.
It's Discord.
Oh, it's Discord. Okay,
Discord.
huh.
It's
I'm
Discord.
not at the moon.
Discord.
Clean this place.
It's actually you can never kill that guy. Was it in Steinman's office maybe? I am going insane! I think this is the one spot in Bioshock I've never actually gotten into. In hindsight, I probably should have Googled it by now.
Oh, hey, I'm back.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm back. I'm Uni.
Yay!
I said to take a gun and just shoot Discord a few times, and then resuscitated it.
Yeah, that seemed to help a little bit.
Just go pew pew.
Yeah, people.
But it's the age-old wisdom. Yeah. I don't trust technology, that's why I keep a gun in my top drawer, so I can shoot it when it stops making weird noises.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't that about like a printer?
Yes.
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 But you know, I also agree that it's pretty much everything, including like modems.
Yeah. What is it? I saw Wendigoon posted that his printer stopped working all of a sudden. And he couldn't figure out why. So he called HP. And they told him, oh, we disconnected your printer because you haven't been paying our monthly fee.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the future. You don't own your printer anymore, it's a subscription fee.
Yep. So he said, like, anyways, that radicalized me. I'm like, I get it, that frickin' is...
Understandable. I hate to say understandable, but understandable. Because
like,
honestly, I bought the fucking thing. This thing shouldn't. This thing shouldn't even be connected to the internet.
Anything physical, if you have paid fully, and you're not like still paying it off like a car or something.
Right.
If they try to slap a subscription fee onto your physical thing, burn that company very much.
I saw a thing that was illegal to do in Australia. Is that true?
It is. Yes.
Damn.
We are very strict. Like, here's the thing. I give my country a lot of shit for being basically a nanny state, where they try to like super fucking babysit you for everything you do, which is why video games are fucking atrocious to get over here because they're like, oh no, this one has blood, extra R rating on everything, you can't buy it anymore.
The poor children.
So, the poor children who should be buying it anyway. So it fucking sucks for that. But I will say, it does feel nice to live in a country where when you look at like America or China or something with their like corporations and how they treat people, and then they try to come over here and do the same shit, and our government's like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's why Amazon fucking hates us. Like Amazon they fucking hate working in Australia because they have to give their workers rights.
Jesus.
It's something they have actively said, that they hate their fucking Australian branch because they have to give the Australian workers rights. It's very funny.
They phrased it like that.
They didn't exactly say that we had to give you rights, but that's the undertone of it.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna laugh if they did phrase it like that.
Read into it. You can read into exactly what they mean by the way they have phrased it.
I am dead ass looking this up because it's driving me insane. What?
What?
I hate it here.
What?
It says it's in the office.
How you managed it, but you did.
Oh, in you go.
I know exactly where it is now, and I'm so mad because I was looking at it. Video games. Video games. I wonder how they're gonna handle the Switch thing.
What Switch thing?
Australia gonna handle how it's gonna be treating folks. How rude the Switch 2 is already said to be.
I think it's going to be how aggressive Japan is with their, like, we turn off your Switch. Like, if little Timmy... If it's like, you know, the joke everyone makes that little Timmy downloads a mod so that Link is now wearing a blue hat instead of a green hat so they brick his entire console.
Yes.
That, I imagine, will fucking hit the news immediately. And then Japan's gonna have a fucking very interesting word with our fucking, like, hey, you can't fucking do that. And Japan's either gonna have to be like, well, we're not selling you Switches anymore, or they're going to have to change it for Australia. So they can't brick our consoles. But, you know, if it's like, you know, Point Pro the streamer changed the game so dramatically that, you know, it's not even recognizable anymore. They might side with Japan on that one.
I think
As fucked as it is.
It's gonna depend.
Like, it will be a by basis.
I feel like the first one that it happens to is gonna be something innocuous, though. Because people are gonna want to test the waters before anything else.
Yep.
See, here's the thing that's gonna make me laugh. Is I can guarantee you one of the first mods that's gonna come to the Nintendo Switch 2 is install this mod first and foremost so that it doesn't brick your fucking system.
Yes.
This mod specifically prevents your system from getting bricked.
When Nintendo sends its message to brick your console, this blocks the message so the Switch doesn't brick itself.
Yeah.
Also, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I feel like building into your system an ability where if it gets essentially a passcode and then the Switch kills itself because of it, you're just opening yourself up to so many fucking, like, cyber attacks, essentially, of people doing it as a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, it exists
Like-
at all.
Like, there's gonna be some dickhead in, like, you know, some guy, some fucking, like, basement who's like, I've hacked into my fucking Switch and bypassed Nintendo's shitty fucking security thing. I'm now just gonna fucking jump in Mario Kart and then start sending out the fucking message to all the other racers so that it bricks their console as I'm racing them so I win.
Yeah.
That is what happened to fucking Elden Ring for a while.
Really?
Yeah, people were literally... Yeah, people had a... Basically what they did was they invented their own spell. And what it does is when they shoot you with it, it puts a debug item into your inventory. And then the game detects that you have that debug in your inventory and fucking bans your account.
What?
So they would go and invade your world, shoot you with the spell, and then you're the one who gets fucking banned for it.
Yep.
That is... I believe it, though. And I had thought
mean-
of that with, like, this whole Nintendo thing.
So yeah, so...
His eye on Rapture.
I don't think this is going to end well for anyone.
No.
No.
There are going to be a lot of people who are going to throw their money into a furnace because their games are going to get bugged either through cyber attacks or because Nintendo is just going to be super fucking, like, gung-ho
Happy.
about punishing people for quote-unquote cheating. And then there's going to be a lot of people who are really fucking mad at Nintendo, and I feel like Nintendo is going to have a really bad time from it.
I'm fairly sure they're gonna dig their heels in. Especially given,
They-
like, how much they
oh,
already
Yeah,
are.
they will.
They absolutely
They will.
will dig their heels in.
They will dig their heels in, and they'll be like, I'm not moving from the spot but then they're going to realize people are just going to start walking around them. But they
Yeah.
will continue to hold their line, and they might capture a few people who will be like, no, I'm super loyal to Nintendo. They can do no wrong. You guys are being really mean to the corporation, and you should stop. It's the meme of, the kid peacefully sleeping with the soldier, like, protecting him from bullets. But in this case, it's like Nintendo peacefully sleeping, and it's a bunch of fucking neckbeards standing there, like, protecting them from internet abuse.
Yeah.
Like, that will still happen.
Maybe he went mad.
And they will continue to keep, like, a core audience.
Just decided he didn't like people. Whichever way
But
you
I,
slice it,
like, I don't have much faith in, like, the average gamer.
submarine hidden in the
But I
foundation
have
of
enough
Volcano's
faith at the
history.
moment that
I'll meet you there.
there will be a noticeable dip that, Nintendo will realize, oh, people are leaving us.
Yeah.
They were not enough for them to change their ways, but enough for them to at least notice to be like, oh, yeah, we pissed off some people.
So here's the quote-unquote good thing about this, is that when it comes down to it, gamers come into varieties. The hardcore gamers and the fucking normies.
Yes.
And when it comes down to it, the ones that are gonna run into this are more than likely going to be the hardcore ones who will immediately fucking bypass it by some bullshit.
Here's the thing, I actually have faith it might actually be the opposite way, because when it comes to the hardcore fans, they are also the big gamers.
Right.
So I actually have a feeling that what's going to happen is the casual people, they're more than likely going to be the ones who leave. Because they're going to see this, something bad is going to happen, and because they have no brand loyalty, they're the ones who are going to fucking leave.
They're going to be the
Where
ones
it's going to
who
be the
bounce.
actual... Where the hardcore person who has put their life in Nintendo's hands will find a way to justify to keep buying Nintendo products. Even that, Nintendo is basically hitting them with a stick at this point, and has taken away the carrot.
Yeah,
genuinely-
Nintendo really has taken away the carrot.
I'm genuinely looking at Pokemon Legends CA as probably the last Pokemon game I'm gonna buy for a long while. If they keep this up.
The fact that you're still thinking of buying a Switch is fucking insane to me.
I'm not gonna
The
buy a
fact
Switch.
that you're even...
It's,
No, the
it's
fact
coming
that
out
you're
on the
even
regular
thinking-
It's
Switch.
coming out on
yeah.
the regular.
Okay.
The fact that you're...
I'm less disappointed. Like, I'm so disappointed that you're still buying a Pokemon game after, everything they've done, but
Yeah.
it's your money to spend, I guess.
Yeah.
It's also coming out on my birthday, so there's that.
Oh, fair enough.
Feels like fate. Like, yeah, this is the last hurrah.
I would say that, yeah, to me, simply because of, them getting all... Basically America on a fucking other Japanese company. The fact that you're still like, yeah, I'm still gonna buy a Pokemon game, it's like... Why?
Deserve it.
You don't. But I do really
Yeah,
like...
yeah.
I love Kalos.
I like how you're like, they don't deserve it, but... I still gonna.
Yeah. I might try and get it
Look,
secondhand.
people-
Get over here.
Look, I won't fault Uni for, throwing money at a company that probably doesn't deserve it. Because I literally just did that.
There.
Bethesda doesn't deserve my money, they pissed me off too much.
Fair.
But you did something that I care about, which is Oblivion. And if Pokemon Kalos is that for Uni, I won't be able to do that.
That's why I'm saying it's like gonna be the last one if Nintendo keeps up with this bullshit.
To me specifically, let's say I were to want ZA, which I don't. If I were to want ZA, the thing that would lead to me buying ZA wouldn't even be I got it secondhand and therefore it would be Nintendo has stopped doing this bullshit.
That's fair.
Like, I might have bought ZA. Like, let's pretend Nintendo didn't do all like the horrible things that they're doing. I probably would have picked up ZA because even for all its terrible fucking faults and how bad it was, I did still kind of enjoy hanging out with my friends in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy the last Arceus game, so
This one
I
is
feel
supposed
like
to be
I
more
might-
like Arceus.
yeah, so the fact that I still liked Arceus, Anubis, however you decide to call it, Arceus.
Arceus.
It's
Arceus.
Arceus because we have the Arc phone.
Now we have an Arse phone.
No, it's the arse phone.
You're just cowards if you don't call it by that. It's the Arse phone. The Arceus phone. Anyway, I might have got it. But you know, I feel like another reason why I don't care is you brought in like, here's our trio of good boys, here's Totodile, and here's Cyndaquil. Oh my god, is my other good boy here? No, Cyndaquil doesn't get to show up. Yeah,
Cyndaquil already has his deal.
I don't give a fuck, he got a bad form, give him a new one.
Do
How
it.
dare you? I like his Suin Typhlosion.
Looks so
No,
cool.
you like how it looks. You like how it looks. You don't like how it actually works. It works terribly.
I like it.
Okay, to be fair,
You like its ability. Its ability's garbage.
Because it doesn't have one.
Okay, yeah,
To
but
be
then they gave it
fair-
its ability when they brought it into Scarlet and Violet, and its ability is garbage.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? I don't know.
Oh fuck, how do we find it out?
It's the one like
actually- it is
every
something
fire
weird,
starter. Every fire
No,
starter.
it's not
has.
that.
Oh, it isn't?
Yeah, okay. Hang on. Pokemon.
To be fair, of course I like how it looks. I didn't play Arceus.
Okay, hang on. It has Frisk.
What?
Yep. Hisuian Typhlosion's ability is Frisk.
That? A choice?
Like I said, it's fucking garbage.
That's bad.
Like, here's the thing.
Oh.
Everyone says, like, it's better than regular Typhlosion because it has more abilities, more moveset and stuff like that.
Right.
I think regular Typhlosion's actually better. It has better stats. Like, they basically dump all its defenses to make it a glass cannon, which I don't think is good. Like, okay, it hits harder, big deal. I would much rather have a tankier boy. And yes, while Ghost is a good thing for Fire to have on some things, they gave it Frisk, which is awful, where
That's
Flash
a
Fire
choice.
is just superior.
Yeah, that
Flash
was-
Fire, which just gives it an immunity to fire. Yes, you're probably not going to you're not going to get much people who use a fire move against a fire Pokemon if they're smart.
Yeah.
But just an ability that gives a Pokemon an immunity is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Cole says,
Frisk
nah, I
is
stopped
awful.
looking into Pokemon when Bandai gave us another Digimon story game. That's fair.
Fair.
That is also true.
Man,
That guy.
she's tanky.
She's very
guy,
tanky because
Frisk is-
in difficult she won't die. If you take too long to beat her, he gets with her.
Guys, think of how good Frisk is. It lets you know that your opponent has an item. Like, you wouldn't go into that expecting that in a fucking, PvP match.
Exactly.
The only good thing that it does is it tells you exactly which one. But it's still lame.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, here's the thing. From what I've seen from competitive, you get a stat sheet of your opponent and what items they're gonna hold anyway.
Wait,
So you
really?
already know what they're going to.
No, that's if you're playing tournament.
Yeah,
if you're-
like from
if
what
you're-
I've been told, what I've been shown from like watching Wolvie play, just before they go into the tournament, you get a stat sheet that tells you what you're going to go up against and what item they are holding, so you can come up with a strategy.
Did not know that.
So you know,
Man, jumping at ghosts. Fontaine's dead.
Frisk is just bad
Everybody knows it.
no matter what.
In the
I feel like
ground for months.
It's bad for competitive because it doesn't do anything. It's basically just not an
Even
ability.
Ryan. You never mind all that.
And then in game, when you know you play against like the computers,
Seems like old
other than like the
bad.
Elite Four, NPCs don't tend to have items.
Yeah.
And even the Elite Four are just like, oh, you did damage. I'm gonna eat my berries so that I don't die as hard.
So I was. It's only the only time it's good and competitive is if you're playing online and non-tournament. That's the only time. Because you don't see what items your opponents will have. It's just, you know, they have items, but in in the tournaments and whatnot, it's useless. It's a non-ability.
Here's my other issue with Nintendo doing the whole, yes, we're gonna break your fucking system if you fucking do mods. Nintendo, for whatever reason, has in the past said that they are counting Nuzlocke as modding.
What?
Yes. They
How?
said it in
Wait, when? How? What?
They don't.
They don't like people doing Nuzlocke.
Nuzlocke. But they have counted
Uni,
it as...
please, you are currently holding the right shoulder.
But guys, don't you know that playing a Nuzlocke is basically cheating and modding your game?
Totally.
Insane.
You know, something that you enforce on yourself.
When did they say this?
Oh god, it was a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was their excuse for also like, you know, banning a bunch of YouTubers stuff for Pokemon. Because Nuzlocke is just modding your game.
I knew that they banned a lot of YouTubers for it, but I didn't know. What? Like, I don't doubt you, it's just... Jesus!
They're...
How does that count as modding? Here, did I piss off the... No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. I was like so worried I accidentally pissed off the big daddy. But just... Nintendo! Why did that kill me?
Oh.
I was at full health. Oh, I didn't even know this was up here. I didn't even know there was a... Huh. Okay. I can hit them. Nintendo, you're supposed to be the good ones!
No, they're not. They're never the good ones.
Yeah, they were never the good ones. You were just blind to it.
Yeah, that's fair. Are you shooting me?
Look, we were blinded because, you know... Youth, but also, you know... Once upon a time, there were 4 companies who were going at each other. One was Microsoft, so they were easily just framed as the bad guys. One was Sony, who was kind of the unknown, but they were giving us a lot of things we cared about, like, you know, they had a lot of classic things.
Right.
You know, where they had the Crash, they had the Spyro, and then they had, like, you know, a bunch of other things that we cared about. But because they weren't Microsoft, they kind of had almost an underdog story going for them. Because, you know, they didn't have the Master Chiefs and the stuff like that.
Right.
Then they had then we had the side events. We had Nintendo and the Sega going out up against each other. And while Sega gave us a few good games here and there, and look, I say this as a Sonic fan, a lot of them were flops that weren't very good.
Yeah.
So when Nintendo showed up with their Mario, and it was consistently good, even that Sega kind of did, eventually Sega did get the underdog story, whenever they didn't make a semi-good game. You kind of side-eyed it because you're like, but Nintendo was always giving us good games.
Yeah.
Like, the Mario was always good. Even when it was average, it was still good in comparison to other things. And then Sega mysteriously died as a company, really.
Putting all the bathyspheres in lockdown
And you didn't really, you know, you're a kid, you don't really understand why it died. Because you didn't really see the evil of Nintendo.
No.
Inner Circle won't be able to use him without dispensation.
You didn't see the.
You didn't see that Nintendo basically killed one of its competitors to create a monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they lived in Japan, they could get away with that.
They can get away with it.
Okay, so I decided to look up when it was said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and apparently it was a misunderstanding that basically they looked up what ROM hacks were. The first thing that showed up were people doing nuzlocke of ROM hacks and basically just equated them together.
Ah.
So therefore they're upset. So they were equating nuzlocks to hacking because the first things that showed up were hacks.
Right.
So they're okay with people self-imposing nuzlocke rules, but not if the nuzlocke is of a hacked, if it's of a ROM hack.
I really wish that Pokemon would take the freaking Sonic route of fan games.
But Uni,
Yes.
Japanese copyright law says that if you see someone using it and then don't do something about it, you've lost rights to it.
Yeah, but like that's why you get them to work with you.
Yeah, because that
That's
is
also
exactly
giving
what
them
Sonic
permission
did.
to might do something in the future.
Oh.
We let them work on Pikachu once, so once if they start making Pikachu in their off time.
It really does give the vibe of like paranoia.
It really
it's complete paranoia.
What do
It
you
is
mean
an awful.
give
It is an awful
vibe?
law that literally instokes paranoia into companies and makes them do awful things.
This guy is
Like-
not below half health. What?
I'm not gonna give Nintendo the complete, like, you know, hand wave of like it's not their fault because they do choose to go out of the way to be really fucking awful.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's also 100% their fault because the law system in Japan, from what I've seen, is such a fucking mess. It kind of encourages it.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo doesn't have to be as awful as it is, but the law is also does somewhat force them to be somewhat awful.
Like U.S. copyright
Like-
law isn't that insane.
I mean-
let's also
You've got things that are just bad.
Right?
You have this ability where you get to look at a game mechanic and be like, I own this now.
Yes.
yeah, that's just let's also not forget how the Japanese, you know, how the Japanese law works. Oh, what's that? You proved that this person wasn't the criminal? Have you proved who is the criminal?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
Phoenix
they have
Wright,
like a
like, you make
90% conviction rate?
Yes. Phoenix
Your
Wright
kindness
is
to
a
my little
joke,
one.
is like obviously a
But are
you know
you
joke
really
on
a
the
friend
legal
to us?
system.
Regardless,
But it is
the
at
little
its
one brings
root,
you a
what
gift
if America
to
had the
demonstrate
Japanese legal
our
system?
appreciation.
Yeah.
That is what the joke is.
Now the eggs are in the scrap.
So, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, this is kind of what the Japanese law system actually
Ryan will be
is.
taking down Fontaine, or Fontaine
And
will
it's
Like when you realize that Phoenix Wright isn't just a silly haha. You end up finding the criminal when you're doing the law by accident, and you realize that is how you get a proper defense is by finding the real criminal. Oh, being a defense lawyer in Japan is just playing hard mode because you also end up becoming a prosecutor.
Yeah. You're doing
You're
2
you're
for 1.
you're the defendant, a prosecutor, and then you also have to be some part detective. It's not the case anymore, like they have changed this law. But you know the worst law I've seen from them?
Oh.
They did change it because it was causing too many mortalities.
What?
Oh,
So there was a law for how they did their health system. Whoever calls the ambulance for the person who needs to be like escorted to the hospital is the one who foots the bill.
Oh.
So let's say you're in Japan, you're walking along and someone collapses because they're having a heart attack. No one would call an ambulance or do anything to help them because that means they become financially basically reliant on this person.
Yeah.
You have to pay for their trip. You have to pay for their trip to in the ambulance, but then you have to foot the hospital bill until that person gets out of hospital and can pay you back.
Wow, that is a bad.
Wow.
So you know. So you know. Let's say you're walking down the road, a guy collapses in front of you and starts dying. Most people just kind of stood there and watched it happen until they died, and then we called the police. They wouldn't call an ambulance because the guy's dead. They would call the police and tell them someone has died. And then the police would come and investigate it and then take the person away. Essentially, you know, they would take care of it after that because they don't cost anything.
Yeah. That is.
People would not do anything if someone died on the side of the road because they couldn't afford to.
Damn. I did not know that was ever a thing. Holy shit.
I didn't know about that.
It was costing too many mortalities, so they had to.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But you know, in their theorized how it worked was, you know, because the person's suffering and dying, we don't really want to put a financial crutch on them right now. So we'll have a good Samaritan do it for them, and then when they get out of hospital, they can pay the Samaritan back. Not thinking about like the ones if they don't get out of the hospital because they die in it, or more importantly, ones if they're in there for a really long time and the person goes bankrupt, footing the bill.
Yeah. Jeez.
Because you know the poor supermarket employee who's only like 16 and like living in an apartment and makes, you know, just enough for rent and ramen. You suddenly trying to foot them with a fucking like quite large medical bill because they got taken to one of the best hospitals in Japan because it was the closest one to them when they got called. And then that kid ends up living on the street because of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Jesus Christ. Also, it sounds like that Big Daddy hit took a lot of damage because he murdered my turret.
it does sound like he did.
Let me see if I can kill him. Oh yeah, he's almost down.
Mr. Bubbles!
He exploded!
Remember to harvest her.
No! Never! It's funny because depending on how many little sisters you harvest, Tannenbaum gets more and more angry with you in the finale, in like the final cutscene.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. What the fuck?
Okay.
Go to the other side of that wall.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I thought that the fucking other side of that wall had the fucking hole that the little sisters crawl into. I'm like, that's not enough space.
You don't know what
Oh shit. Okay, I got you. I think these are the only guys that can kill you after they're dead.
Postmortem.
Yep.
Yeah, post-mortem.
Because of their bombs.
I saw items beneath those grates.
I see it too, and I believe there's a way to get down there.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna use your fucking kinesis.
Nope. Look, there's a way down.
Ah.
Because if you have the bees, you can really fuck people up down here.
Not fair. The bees!
The bees!
Not the bees!
Oh look, his hat is down here.
Something must be done about Montaigne. While I was buying
It was a
buildings
swanky
and
hat.
creatures, he was cornering the market on genotypes and nucleotide sequences. Rapture is transforming before my eyes. The great chain is pulling away from me.
Yeah, you refuse to regulate plasmids, bro.
It's time to give it a tug.
Like, I get it logistically that he was like, I don't want to influence scientific discovery by putting in, like, barriers. But at the same time, people were literally making themselves into, like, monsters. I feel like you can step in a little.
What person shall be the fruit of thy...
Ow. Oh. Shooting my ass. Where'd that guy go? There he is. There we go.
Oh wait. Oh,
There's apparently 8 enemy types, like different models they use. And they all have like different nicknames. You know, this one's the ducky and this one's the waiter. They're funny
Ducky.
names. Yeah.
Quack.